Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Boulevard Bullies Presents Here Comes the Lame. It's a wrestling podcast of the highest intelligence, and it is the flagship show of the Boulevard Bullies YouTube channel. I am your host, PK, with those Boulevard Bullies, and I now introduce to you a man who is completely unmuted, checked and double-checked. A man who opened up his home to me this weekend, and I never wanted to leave. I almost moved in, trying to get you and your lovely girlfriend to adopt me. I could be your flagship son. Ladies and gentlemen, the flagship Joe of the flagship show, Jedi Joe, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? I'm still a little sick, but I think we'll be all right. And I got my girlfriend sick.
There's no way that I got you sick. There's no way that
you weren't sick.
No, I could have been carrying disease. I
guess, but I like I said, it was either the Mark sneezing on me. I did get sneezed on at Eat the Turnbuckle.
That's right. You were telling this story about getting sneezed on, and then
I was like, that's why I left. I was like, someone's sneezing on me. I'm leaving. That's when I left. I was like, I don't want to be sneezed on anymore. I'm leaving. I'm getting grossed out. And then 2 days later, I'm sick. That was the
grossest thing that happened to you at the Eat the Turnbuckle show. That was the grossest thing.
Yeah, all that other shit I've seen.
Yeah.
But then was it a combination of like being out Mania night one? Yeah, that probably didn't help. But you know how it is, like with cold symptoms, it takes like 48 hours to really kick in. Maybe my immune system really just took a beating during that night one. So
yeah, I mean, it was frigid temperatures. We're going to pull the curtain back. We're pulling the curtain back. And then behind that curtain is another curtain that we're also going to pull back to reveal a door, a forbidden door that we're going to go through. And behind that door is a curtain that we'll pull back right here on this week's episode of Here Comes the Lame. We're going to talk about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then last night as well.
Last night day.
So you got sick.
Solar eclipse day. Yeah. So week was going fine. Or would you like to go in order of being sick, or just go from sick and then go back? Because you guys did cover some things on Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Well, we lived.
Well, there was what I did Thursday.
Right. Well, that's why I left out what we did Friday, and I left out what we did Thursday. I mean, obviously, Mania season, there's going to be some common ground. We all have to talk about Mania because it was, as they say, the greatest WrestleMania. Remember when Edge fought Randy Orton? Then it was billed as the greatest match ever.
Yeah. Everyone's really throwing around the greatest moniker. It's kind of funny, but it wasn't the greatest to me. I got sick as fuck. And I sold my ticket to the next night, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. That's jaded me.
Well, before we get into the goings-on, let's talk about our Friday. Let's jump around a little bit before we go in chronologue.
Well, Thursday, I explained last week what I did, which was the Superstore. So I don't really have to go that much into it. It was just marks and me skipping lines and
you getting sick.
And then
probably a lot of germs flying around the Superstore too.
Yeah, that too. So a lot of germs flying around the Superstore. And then
it's really
it's
mouth breathing mania, basically. It's mouth. It
never used to happen like that, but it really is just like a convention that weekend, and people get sick. They call it con crud. Like that's like you get sick from conventions because you're talking to people the whole time, and it happens. And I'm probably not the most. My diet's kind of weird these days. I'm not in the greatest shape like I used to be, so maybe my immune system's kind of shot. I don't know it.
Well, so for those of you who didn't watch on Friday, we did a 3-hour special from Joe's home with your awesome friend CB Item Box and his lovely lady who I forget her name. She was awesome. They were awesome. And what was your friend's name too? Ruben?
Ruben you met at Eat the Turnbuckle, I believe, maybe. It was Derek.
Derek was very cool too. He came out. We had a couch full of people for the program. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was very nice. Have you fixed the OBS? Did the virus that I put onto your computer jump into your body, or is it still in your computer?
But but no, I fixed it. By the way, has anyone realized that there's something missing on my face this week?
Oh my God! I was saying that you look different.
You didn't say that. Oh yeah, you did say I look tanner.
Because you started the new job, so I figured I was like, oh, you look different. You look like you got a little bit more color, but you just shaved your beard.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Well, I figured to get the most germs off my face, like the most marked snot germs. But yeah, I just shaved the beard, and they didn't say to do that, but I just did it.
They were like, "Who are you?"
No, they didn't even recognize me. There's so many freaking white guys working at this job.
Another
it's just a sea of white people.
Guys with a podcast.
Oh yeah, a SmackDown shirt. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think anyone even noticed, so it's fine. Okay, I just figured if I'm going door to door, I'm not like some beardo picking at his mustache, like trying to convince you to buy something.
Yeah, Joe's selling vacuum cleaners door to door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
yeah, brother.
I bet
fusion generated vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, and he's spilling liquids on people's carpets and then cleaning them up like miraculously.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you already have a vacuum? What about these knives? Bust out the phone book. Hi-ya! Cuts the phone book right in half with the knife. It's it's incredible. The products that Joe is selling are absolutely
it's like
incredible.
Put in a bucket, like, you see this? And then like stab the bucket. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, Joe's shooting a hole in the side of their house and then putting the ShamWow duct tape on it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
and you are a world-class salesman. Look at the ready awesome transition alert. You are a world-class salesman because not only on Friday when I showed up to your home did you have sheets and sheets of data for the show, but you had boxes and boxes and bags of WrestleMania clothing and memorabilia. Some
you were just
signed,
like,
some not
like just
signed,
like we're just like
with
wrapping
germs,
shit up.
Some without germs.
Yep. Well, the stuff that came just from Fanatics without germs, but if it came from the Superstore, they had to get the 409 treatment, like the COVID.
And let me tell you, he's got a scale. He prints out his labels. If the Boulevard Bullies ever reached this pinnacle of merch organization, we would have been dangerous. Tell you that.
Yeah.
But I feel like you got banned. You told me you got banned from YouTube.
I did so well for Mania, they restricted my fucking eBay account that I can't like add more listings or like adjust prices, but I can still sell. But that's the major thing. So everything that's on there, I'm still selling. So I'm not that butthurt.
Is there like a terms of service with some rules for selling that like the average person would know? Is it like do not go to the team store and resell brand new items?
I think what happened was they thought it was on my alternate account because like my main account got kind of like all these defects on it and they were like taking more fees and screwing up my placement in the algorithm. So I made an alternate account and I'd like been building that up. So the alt count got restricted because I just sold too much shit and they think I'm just like money laundering or whatever the hell, like just making sales on
like
fake items
yeah.
and then not making good on it, you know? So they're like, oh, you won't be able to get the money in your account till all the items are returned or all the items are sent and delivered. I'm like, I have 3 items that are going to Australia.
Really?
The signed Cody weight belt that you were trying to put on. Someone in Australia bought that like the night of Mania. At like 2 a.m. He woke up watching WrestleMania. Yeah, he's like, I didn't finish the fucking story.
Honey, pull up my eBay account. Siri, buy Cody weight belt from eBay.
Yeah. And then, and there's just like 35, 40 items that had to get sent out Monday morning.
Wow.
Like, you know how long it's going to fucking take for all that shit to fucking go?
So by the time I got home, business was booming. Because
then people were selling, everything was selling out in the Superstore.
Right.
You know, I mean, you saw how much shit I had. So, yeah, they're all coming to me. And there was like no competition.
That jacket, that like green and black Phillies, like an Eagles color jacket, I saw that like when I got home and started like looking through social media and Instagram, like everyone was wearing that. Like, you know,
it was free advertising.
Well, yeah, it was like It was like fucking Meek Mill and Noel Foley and all these Peter Rosenberg. They all had that specific jacket. They must have sent them out to some people or something.
I actually, as we speak, this is content. Someone is complaining about a hoodie.
Breaking news. Did it get them sick?
No. Hey, hoodie has some print issues. I'll send pictures. Being double the price of actual, I was looking for a nearly perfect hoodie. I didn't print the fucking thing.
And it was in a plastic bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, be like, yo, that's what.
Hey, that's how the manufacturer sent it out. It's Fanatics. Fanatics fucking sucks now. Sorry. Bye. Close door.
Put your handle in. Finish the story, Joe. Shut that guy down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with this new sales job, I can't treat customers like I do on my eBay account.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but at least I can because the first thing I'm thinking oh, well, this is sales too. Better be nice. I'm like, I don't got to do shit. Oh, fuck you. I didn't make that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
I also listed the gold belt on Facebook Marketplace, and I've never received more ignorant and broke boy messages on any item I've ever listed or encountered. Like, people are just like, one guy was yelling. I've been screenshotting it and sending it just all to my buddies and shit and group chats, and just people are just really that fucking stupid at Marketplace. So
what
been a lot of memes.
So you're listing it, and they're just like, "I'll give you 100."
I could do 1,000. Well, I mean, that's what I paid. So you just want me to broker give you the fucking belt for face
belt laundering?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not taking under 2. Sorry.
Well, we are going to pull the curtain back and get into WrestleMania and actually, talk about the matches and in conjunction with our experience. But it wouldn't be Here Comes the Lame with a little bit of potpourri, a little bit of random talk. And I think, we usually center on sports, video games, and movies. If only somebody could combine all three of those things.
Fallout.
Well, Fallout did debut. Yo, Invincible ended, and they went right into Fallout. They were like, we gotta keep the nerds in our grasp. Yeah.
I started watching Fallout today. I only got 40 minutes in, but
I love that actor. The actor who they removed his nose surgically for the role.
Yeah. I haven't got up to his part, but they showed him. They show him in the trailer.
And
he's what do they call them? Not fiends. That's Final Fantasy.
He's like a zombie, yeah.
No, what do they call the
ghoul? He's a ghoul.
Ghoul, that's what it is. He's a ghoul.
He's like a
skin job.
Ghoul sheriff. And I think one of the lead female roles is the woman who was in Party Down, that actress who I love, who's so funny.
Oh, the big eyes? Yeah.
Big eyes.
Yeah.
She's great with her Pip Boy.
Yeah. I haven't got, like I said, I haven't even get to the first episode yet, but it's already next stream's going to be New Vegas.
Well, yeah, next stream New Vegas, and look in your storage, see if you have any Fallout lunch boxes and vault lunch boxes and shit.
Oh,
like that.
yeah, any
bobbleheads.
Yeah. Oh no, I used to have the not Pip Boy, not Fall. I was going to say Fallout Boy. Who is the mascot?
It's like the bobblehead dude.
Yeah, he's just here.
Yeah,
it was a mask
Vault
of
Boy
that
or something.
Yeah, it was a mask of that. Loganstein knows. Loganstein's played a lot of it if he's around.
Yeah. So and you know what? We see the effects right here in our Discord. By the way, Urka, please drop the link for the Discord in the chat. So join and hang out with us. But Prince, who I'm going to be doing Drunk GM mode with right immediately following this program. So stay tuned. He's younger than us, and he goes, "Oh, I watched the show. Now I want to play the games." So it's happening. It's happening for them.
Yeah.
We saw it right before our eyes. So how is it? Is it good? Is it shit?
The show?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm only about a half hour in because I was, getting ready for work and.
All right. So it passed the 15-minute.
Oh yeah, past the half hour, 40-minute mark. Yeah, definitely.
If it was trash, you wouldn't have lasted 30. You would have gone 15.
Yeah, it was bombs drop, all that shit. Everything is exactly the same as the game.
Yeah.
Being in the vault, the blue vault tech suits, Raiders.
Yeah, they just shot it in like a storage.
I'm waiting for the
green screen. Oh, they'll do a VATS.
The VATS vault activated targeting system. Yeah.
Shout out Fallout. Good game.
Mysterious Stranger. Hopefully Mysterious Stranger's in the game or in the
well, they
show.
do have,
Like,
I mean, even
random suit that comes out and just one shots everything.
Even with just 3 and 4, I've played 3 and 4, and New Vegas. Even from those 3 games, there are so many great characters and things to draw from. Areas.
Well, I think that's what I think you go to. Is it Nuketown? No, Nuketown is Call of Duty.
Oh,
right? It's the one that has a disabled warhead in it. It's like the first one after you go out of the vault in Fallout 3.
Yeah, and it's the big first choice in 3, whether to blow it up, blow up the bomb.
Disable it or let it like blow them the fuck up.
Oh, Fallout Shelter is a good game too, actually.
Is that like that's
a
you're
mobile.
just like growing plants and shit, right?
Yeah, that's like you're doing a mobile. Yeah, that game's great actually. Ooh, I want to play that. Megaton.
Megaton, yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Wow, I can't believe we both said Nuketown. Fuck Call of Duty.
Well, I was like, Nuketown? I was like, no, that's Call of Duty.
Yeah,
that's
there's
all right.
like that
I saved
guy.
I saved it for us.
Thank you. Shout out Logan. Shout out Urka. Shout out Brian, who was chatting before. Welcome to the program. Join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Do all those things. It's a fun time. We're having a fun
Rocket.
time.
Red Rocket is supposed to be like dog penis. Red Rocket, the gas station.
Did you see the Joker 2 trailer?
I'm not into that, man. I just watched I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like, I heard it was a musical, and
what the world needs now.
I haven't even seen the original.
So, what are your thoughts on the Batman franchise?
I like the one with Twilight guy.
Oh, the Batman.
Like that one?
Something
yeah, that one's good.
In the way.
Yeah. And then he botches. He falls off.
Yeah, he's new. He sucks.
Yeah, he's it's only it's Batman Year 2. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a great.
Year 1
film.
is Batman Begins, and then 2 is supposed to be 2. So it's kind of like a sequel to. It's supposed to be kind of like in between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, kind of.
Hey, you know what?
Same.
What about the Christopher Nolan trilogy? Are you a fan of that? You gotta be.
Yeah. Of course.
So you don't like the Joker 1 though? You don't like the new art?
Never even seen it. Haven't even seen it. I can't be fucked.
It's I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yo, and I gotta tell you, did you watch the trailer?
I watched a little bit of it. You could talk about
That's
it.
All right. So at the end of the trailer, they, just like it's like bum bum, and then like one final cold scene at the end. Like the music finally stops. And there's one scene, and he's in like the jail where you talk to the person.
Oh yeah, and she writes the
that and just for that alone, starts focus on him, pulls back to the glass. Pulls
the lipstick.
The glass. Draw the lipstick. Zoom, focus back on him. Moves his face. Perfect smile lined up with that. I mean,
you're gonna get a smile back.
You're in good hands as far as filmmakers go.
Yeah, but he already wore the makeup though in the first one, right?
Yeah, very briefly. The first one's awesome. The first one is awesome. The first one is like an A24.
There was a lot of scenes with it. I gotta watch it.
Well. It's just, put it this way, it's as far as a character's origin story, it did the trick for me. It did the trick. Because in Batman Begins, he's not dressed like Batman a lot. It's about how he trains, and all this shit.
Spelunkying.
He spelunks.
Yeah.
He jumps, he walks on wood, logs.
Yeah, psh, 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 psh.
Yeah, he's got to train with bamboo and thing. Any kind of ninja upbringing, but in the final scene of the Joker film, there's no denying that on the screen right there before your eyes, it's him. It's the Joker.
Yeah.
And it's like, and so it's like really, really slow burn until he finally, and it's actually incredible because if you think about it, most of the film, it's like, okay, this guy's got a lot of problems. It's, and it's like a kind of a woke movie. It's about like mental health and like the wage gap, and all this shit, which is fine. But, yeah, it's awesome because at the end, it's like, wow, there he is. There's the Joker. And it's like the Killing Joke Joker, dude. It's like it's like a vicious, type of visceral. Yeah, it's fucking dope. Yeah, they made it a musical? Huh? Because
that was the only probably reason why Gaga jumped on.
See, I would have loved to have seen it as a regular film with Lady Gaga in it. She was in
she can't do anything without it being singing. Well, she sings. No, she didn't sing on American Horror Story. She did like 2 seasons of American Horror Story. One of them, she was like a nothing character, and one she was the main character. In the bad times I heal myself again.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the deep. A Star is Born, the greatest movie ever.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her live. You know that, right?
Really?
In Philly.
I love Lady Gaga. I'm in my Lady Gaga era, actually. I just don't talk about it.
This shit was part of the top concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah, I can only imagine. She's fucking wicked talented.
She had their stage was...
Did she play at the John? Did she play at the Link?
John. Someone said that to me today, and I wanted to screenshot it. Oh, no, someone said it on Facebook Marketplace about the belt. He's like, oh, that John is sick. And immediately thought of, like, Amanda and everybody in the car, like, you don't say John. I was like, yeah, fuck that shit.
How come you don't say John?
I used to. But I like I said, during COVID, I kind of just tweaked how I spoke.
You unjawned yourself.
Yeah, I unjawned myself. I kind of tweaked my laughs a little bit. I just kind of like reassessed myself. I kind of like revamped.
That sounds like something that would be in the Joker movie. Just standing in front of the
have a different
mirror.
laugh. Yeah, just staring at yourself.
Yeah. That is disturbing, Joe.
2.5 years or year and a half or whatever.
Tell me something,
my laugh is
boy.
Different.
What?
But my laugh is different now.
Well, okay, look, I'll put it to you this way. If the Joker movie is as much of a musical as A Star is Born, then I'm okay with it.
That's with
Bradley Cooper.
Rocket Raccoon, yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Dave Chappelle's in it.
Come on, space dogs.
So shout out Joker, shout out Lady Gaga. I mean, and you know what, dude? I bet you that she's going to be phenomenal in it. I bet you she's going to be phenomenal in it.
Well, I mean, if it gets like really good ratings and everyone's praising her, then I'll go back and watch the original and then go to it.
I want to hear her sing some Johns.
John.
Hey, did you see any good O.J. Simpson memes today?
No, I've been busy all day. As soon as I was like getting right in my car to start my day at like 11:30, and like then someone sent it. My dad sent me the news. He's like, "Good riddance." Good riddance, and I'm like, so and so, O.J. Simpson dead. I'm like, oh shit. My dad would meme around about OJ all the fucking time, dude.
Yo, I'll tell you what, the real crime.
OJ's gonna be okay.
Like, yeah, well, I think the real crime is anybody who thought about OJ at all at any point between then and now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but then he was back in the news a few times, though. Remember?
Yeah,
like,
he stole the memorabilia from an eBay guy, not unlike yourself. He broke into.
I wish OJ tried to steal from me.
He broke into like a memorabilia like guy's house with like a weapon or something.
Oh God!
He's trying to steal back his own memorabilia. So anyway, I saw a good one. It was
fuck around and find out.
You know, I'm very young, so I didn't live through O.J. Simpson, and I just Googled him, and oh my God.
Wait, who said that?
It's just a meme. Just a meme. It's like I.
No one.
I Googled it.
Yeah,
I didn't know
who
who
how many
O.J.
people like Prince Havoc doesn't know who O.J. Simpson is.
Right. So it's like I don't know who O.J. Simpson is, and I Googled it, and oh my God. am I shocked. 143 yards a game? Is this guy serious?
Damn.
Yeah, and that's a Dave Chappelle joke too. He goes, I don't know. It's like I don't know if it's on the if it's on like the show as a skit, or if it's one of his stand-up, and it's like him telling the lawyer, like it's like, what would you do if you had to testify against like black people? It's like, oh well, no matter what, I'd stick up for them or something. And it's like he's putting on the glove, and they're like, hey, try. He's like, I can't believe it. 25,000 yards. That's like the classic joke is just switching. Hey, you know what? You know
Don't
who's
fit? You must have quit.
forever connected to OJ in a weird way is another
Kardashians.
all-time comedian, Norm Macdonald. Because Norm Macdonald basically made his entire career off of Weekend Update writing and
OJ memes, yeah,
the
like
greatest,
super dry murder memes, like
the greatest, like jokes, and to the point where like the NBC guy was like, "Stop making jokes about OJ," and he didn't, and they fucking fired him.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing it. No, you know, he is like, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah, and
Never.
they fired him, and they fired him at like the peak of his fucking career, the peak of his popularity, because he wouldn't stop doing the thing that everyone was talking about. Yo, I remember in I was in like probably 4th grade, 3rd grade, and I remember in my school, the 6th grade teacher brought the television in.
Oh, for the verdict.
For
yeah,
the
I remember
verdict.
that. Yeah.
It was like TMZ
that happened to me.
moon landing. You know, like our parents got to see the moon landing, and we got to see like, look, kids, this is like the most celebrity thing. This is the most LA thing. This is hard copy. This is the hard copy era.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I remember that. They
90s.
brought a TV in for us too. Because we're the same age. So it was like 6th or 7th grade, 5th grade, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I watched the verdict, but I remember like the older kids in school were watching it. I feel like that's a memory of OJ I have.
I was like, okay.
It's like fascinating.
OJ
It's actually
OJ's gonna be okay, brother.
It's just a fascinating study in.
From when I was a kid, I think
Celebrity.
the most like memorable things, I guess, OJ. And I remember one big thing was like when Cal Ripken broke that consecutive game streak.
Oh yeah,
Remember that stat? And
yeah.
it was like
he played
Cal
in like
Ripken
1,800 games or something.
yeah, like Cal Ripken played 1,800 games, and I remember like everyone had to do this project, and it was only about that. And she's like, "You all had the same fucking idea to talk about games or Cal Ripken or some bullshit." Like everyone just copied each other's homework and just ripped it off of Cal Ripken. That's what I remember.
Lou Gehrig had the Iron Man award before Cal.
Oh,
Ripken.
is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like 1,600 games or
Yeah,
something.
tell me you're telling me you're old.
Wheeled in the TV.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
And then we had TVs in all the rooms for 9/11 already, and they made us
by 9/11 there were TVs.
made us shut the TVs off in my school.
Right, it was closed circuit TV. It was like Channel 1 high school TV. Yeah, it was like a closed circuit, right, thing.
I don't know what it was. They made us shut all the TVs off. They wouldn't allow us in the computer labs. They tried to like just blacklist it for like they didn't want anyone going online and seeing anything because this was before phones. So like, they just didn't want anyone like seeing any data or anything out there. And then went to lunch and it's like, oh yeah, towers collapsed.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know because fucking shut the TV off on us.
9/11 was definitely much worse than O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. I'm just saying of big things that happen in school.
No, I'm just that's
Things
just
I remember.
That's my own thought. That's what I.
Yeah, 9/11, OJ,
realized,
the Cal Ripken games.
Some sports that.
That'd have been something else. Oh,
So-
Kane. Oh, another one was Kane getting tombstone 3 times by the Undertaker.
Kane on Matt. Yeah, it was like the
Yeah,
three
that was a
news
big one.
stories.
It was like, yo, Undertaker tombstone Kane the 3 times to beat him at Mania. Oh, damn, really?
143 yards a game. And then, it's like, I guess that could be offensive to some people, whatever. But it's like, I think it's really weird that people are like, like somebody posting online, like, Like they're making memes based on like their strong feelings that OJ should go to hell. You know, it's like it's like, you know, like, oh, good riddance. He'll burn in hell. It's like, damn, yo, it's like if you were posting on, I'd rather laugh at somebody's nihilistic meme than see somebody who's like passionately has an opinion about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I maybe I'll see more of those memes tonight because like I'll be scrolling on my phone while watching Fallout.
keep an eye out for OJ memes. Hey, Naked Gun trilogy, great films starring OJ.
Oh, yeah, those were good. He was also in. No, I'm confusing him. He wasn't in Airplane, right?
No, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. That was some racist shit. You remember that scene when the white woman goes up and starts speaking jive to them?
No, I don't. I don't want to.
Oh, sorry, I speak jive, and she's like, "Oh, I'm done, get done, man." I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh man, movies were so racist, bro.
Yeah, fuck movies.
Back then.
So I guess we'll get to headlines.
Yeah. I mean, as for our schedule, we kind of just glazed over our Mania schedule, but that was it. After I dropped you off, you went home, and I didn't do anything. I just watched Mania, so I started work the next day. So
well,
yeah, I guess that was our week. And we could talk about that. We'll talk about that a little more about Saturday and shit.
Yeah, besides the big news of WrestleMania, AEW had to drop their own pipe bomb. So
AEW had to drop their WrestleMania.
Yeah, this was their WrestleMania moment. And oh my God, I saw a meme. You know how they've been using the guy doing peace over the grave?
Yeah.
You know, like, so you did Drew doing it to CM Punk, then CM Punk doing it to Drew's title reign. And then I saw somebody just put AEW on the tombstone, and then on the guy's face, it was just the same thing, AEW.
The AEW screwed AEW. Tony Khan screwed Tony Khan.
The Monday, I guess this was 2 Mondays ago, the Ariel Helwani interview that we spoke at length about, and I guess just the tiny dick energy that they must feel because it's Mania week and it's like a new era. And WWE is hot like hot fire. And AEW's old news. AEW's a meme.
Yep.
And AEW memed AEW. So they announced that the Young Bucks were going to release the backstage footage from All In where CM Punk fought Jack Perry. I guess CM Punk said on Ariel Helwani what happened. So like, well, we're going to show you what happened.
We're going to actually show you what happened.
And so
what he's saying, that's not what happened. We're going to show our side of the story, what really happened. Here it is. And it was a countdown.
Oh, well,
you watched the you weren't watching live. It was a countdown.
Right, so that's what I was going to lean on you about. Obviously, I saw the security footage clip, which we will analyze. But I want to know from you who watched the show, what was the segment like? Did they like came out and like spoke a little bit, or was it like a pre-tape? What did they say?
It was a pre-tape. So it was in the back as a pre-tape, and they were just going on. They were sitting down, and there was a TV behind them, and they were going on about they made some joke about like being professional. Oh, they made like a pun where it was like, well, we don't want to go out and speak unprofessional about a company or something, like kind of like made a pun about like Ariel Helwani, the interview. Like they made a little metaphor for that, you know.
Right, that like he's not a real journalist, that he's in bed with WWE.
No. They made it. I wish I have a transcript of the fucking thing. Maybe it's someone in chat can like fucking give me a better synopsis. But it was like something along the lines of like, we wouldn't want to go and be unprofessional and say things about a company we used to work for, say something that's not true or something like that, and bury somebody, which is they consider whatever Punk said to be something along the lines of something like that.
They connected FTR to it somehow and said that it was like FTR's
Yeah, and
fault.
so they're trying to spin this whole thing into building heat for their match for Dynasty.
And
it's
because
fucking bad, and everyone looks like shit.
in the clip,
Everyone looks like shit.
In the clip,
and then they're like, all right, we're going to go to the clip. And then they go to the clip, and the full screen's the clip. And they show everything happen in the clip. And then it comes back. And then it's just like, nothing happened. It was just like, okay, it just kind of showed a little more. It showed that Punk pushed him, right? And then he grabbed him. And then he tried to swing at him. And then he kind of charged at Tony.
Well, no, he didn't charge at Tony. He got, in my opinion, he got pulled back. He got pulled back like towards.
Yeah.
He got pulled because I guess there's like an area.
Because Chris Hero was there. Chris Hero was in Gorilla with Tony. Because Chris Hero's like the main dude.
And Samoa Joe like snatched Jack Perry right out from. What's going on with Tony Schiavone? Did he have like eye surgery? He has like weird glasses now. Everyone's saying they feel bad for Tony.
I don't know about that. I thought it was because everybody just felt like everyone had egg on their face, so to speak.
Oh, and Tony, you could see on Tony's face that he knew that.
And
well,
that's what I think it was. Maybe it was actual surgery, but they all look like morons. The whole roster.
And there could have been a way to actually do it properly because. Well, okay, let's get back to the clip. So you see them talking. It's like security cam footage. You see them talking. Joe's like in the far corner, like warming up.
Yeah. And then Punk comes off screen. You can see the straight edge vest. The jacket.
You can see the triple X on the back of CM Punk, and you can see.
And then like Perry's just like kind of just standing there.
Well, they're like kind of going like this. So there's a little bit of like head bobbing.
No. Then they meet up, and then it's kind of like someone took the clip. And then put the aerial interview up above it.
Yeah.
And it was like, I went up to him. He's like, why you insist on doing this like internet shit? And then it was like, then you could see other people like.
Yeah. You could see other people like kind of like Jerry Lynn was kind of like looking away, but standing right
and there was like someone else in the back. And then it's like, oh, maybe the situation's kind of like, and then it's.
Yeah. And, you muted yourself. Muted. Done. You're muted. Completely muted.
Sorry. We're getting into it now, brother.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, there's a sudden attack by CM Punk. Now, would you call that a swing or a push? Did he like jab in his face?
No,
he pushed.
I think it was push, then attempted grab, and then when he get peeled off, he tried to swing. Right. That's what it looked like to me. And then in the process,
up in about 15 seconds. Not even.
Yeah, and then the process swing. Yeah, like I said, there was some sort of momentum shift, and then he was like barking at Tony or whoever was in the gorilla.
Right, so off camera, like Gorilla's off camera, so there's like along the one side, you could see that there are the backs of monitors, which by the way, didn't see one monitor get knocked over.
It was like a step up to
right,
like an alcove that you couldn't see.
So like CM Punk got almost pushed in, like didn't lunge, but he got pulled back in a way where he like kind of was leaned up against this railing where these monitors were. So you could only assume that he was like leaning here and Tony Khan's like right over those monitors. And like for a moment, like, 'cause it's like a little alcove. And so for a moment, like CM Punk's kind of body is over there. And you could assume that that's where he says, "You're a fucking clown, I quit."
Yeah.
And there were backstage reports that CM Punk was pointing and screaming in Tony Khan's face. But listen, CM Punk, his adrenaline was probably rushing.
He had adrenaline in his soul.
Yeah, he had adrenaline in his soul, Joe. And so I can imagine.
So wait, he instigated, well, not instigated, but he was the one who put his hands on him first, though. I mean, that's what that video shows. So who's at fault?
Well, I guess
that's what not a lot of people are talking about. They're just saying, like, and I love Punk, but like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are just like, oh, well, nothing changed. I'm like, well, kind of, why are you seeing it like this? Like, he did put his hands on him first, but did he verbally, what was actually being said? Was he really instigating Punk?
They say whoever swings first is at the assaulter, right? And like,
yeah,
and I guess it is in line. It's in line with what AEW thinks about him, and everybody can agree. It's like, yeah, if you're in a backstage argument with a 23, he's 45, and this kid's like 24, and like they're arguing, and CM Punk swings at him. lunges at him, whatever, like right before his match. I mean, listen, it's kind of some badass shit, but also it's like, yeah, that might be, hey, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me, you know?
Look in my eyes. Yeah.
But people are saying, we're going to show you what really happened. Exactly what you said happened. You know, like,
but he didn't say he punched him first, though. That's what I'm saying.
And he actually went off and said, I didn't punch nobody. He's like, I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit. But to me,
I thought he was just going to grab him. That's what
the first move
his
was kind
transcript sounded like.
Yeah.
His statement.
So, yeah.
But it ended up being a push, then a grab.
See, I thought I viewed it
punch.
as a punch. I didn't think it was a push. I think the first thing he does is try to fucking punch him. And he says on Ariel Helwani, point blank, I didn't.
Can you, would it be a bitch to pull up the video right now?
Yeah.
I was going to suggest we go frame by frame, but with, I was a little busy today.
Oh my God. Well, I can pull up the video right now, but can I go frame by frame? Even no.
Well, no, yeah, just pull up the video and just like maybe play it once or twice. I don't know. Because we're not going to AEW. We're going to go through right like this. So whatever. But
this is all I care about AEW.
Yeah, okay.
Does your opinion on CM Punk change? Do you think that the WWE's opinion changes? You think they're mad at him? Can't be good. Can't be good.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of just like looks like shit now, to be honest with you. Like Punk kind of like didn't really tell the truth. Punk looks like he started it. AEW looks like shit for always harping on it, and now they're making a shitty angle out of it. Yeah, but I don't think there's anything going to come from it. I don't think so.
Brian says basically exactly what I kind of feel about it. CM Punk assaults Perry in a professional setting. No matter what is said, if you choose violence, you're in the wrong. And then he looks aggressive as fuck after he attacks him. So yeah, and you can imagine from Tony Khan's perspective, he's like, ah! Like CM Punk's like leaning over the thing, like, you're a fucking clown, I quit. And it's like, oh my God, his hair's
my God! Monitor!
Tony Khan needs to like go sit in the bathroom for a minute and like catch his breath, get cold water, look in the mirror and readjust his laugh. And then back in the day, the locker room behavior, maybe that was normal, but we live in a different world. And yeah, and you know what? Locker room behavior, it's one thing for Brett to beat up Shawn Michaels in the locker room. They never fought in Gorilla. You know, like they never fought in Gorilla, any of these guys. I mean, I'm sure there are stories, but you know what I mean. Yeah. For that to happen, like, yeah. And Brian goes on to say in the chat, this is oddly lucid. The only reason they showed it is so that they could have Punk on their show again for ratings. From what I saw, when Perry has his hands on his hair, Punk punches him in the face. Looked like a swift attempt at a punch. And Punk looked aggressive. And then, hey, if you go on the show and say on Ariel Helwani, what are you talking about? I could fucking kill you. You know how he said, like Jack Perry's like, you got a problem?
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen. And Brian says, oh, well, why be so aggressive and punch and make the first move on somebody who you can kill? But, maybe the kid just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And Punk had enough at that point.
Yeah.
So.
And he wanted to go, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, smoke a joint. Smoke a joint, man.
He can't. He's straight edge.
Look in my eye. All right, what else happened on AEW? Not that I care. I saw that Mariah May had like a
the only thing
match.
that really happened was Mariah May and
she poured champagne all over herself.
It was kind of like soft core. Yeah.
That sounds dope. Match of the year.
Mariah May defeats Anna Jay. And then
did she come
after
out
that
as herself or Tony Storm?
She still comes out as Tony Storm.
Oh my God.
And then but right before that right before there was an angle with Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm, the actual Tony Storm, which then led into this match. So Thunder Rosa comes out in full makeup, and then Tony Storm comes out and half the thing is like black and white, And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have a toast. We're all gonna have a toast."
Which is funny because she did that on Friday when we went to the show, which we'll get to.
No. Close. You're close. They had a champagne toast on the stage.
There's a lot of bottles of little bit of the bubbly left over, so they're doing a lot of champagne angles.
A little bit, yeah. There's a lot of all the Jericho bubbly is not selling anymore.
Yeah.
So, but she had oh yeah, we completely skipped over Ring of Honor. Yeah, we forgot to talk about Ring of Honor.
No, we're going to talk about I guess. Well, yeah. So yeah, fuck AEW.
But yeah, we could just say fuck AEW for now. But like, she took the champagne, like they toasted it, and just threw it in like Thunder Rosa's face, then wiped off all her makeup. Then Deonna Purrazzo comes like fucking marching out, and like Luther gets in between him and goes, "No!"
Much
like in a really awkward fucking manner, just like that. Just gets between them, and she goes, and then just walks away.
It's
like
odd.
Deonna says that, and then she goes over, and then fucking Thunder Rosa's like, "Get away from me!" And it's just like, you could just tell like there's no. Like, they just let the inmates fucking run the asylum over there, bro. It's really
Wrestling
bad.
is so weird.
And then they had Mariah May and Anna Jay come out. And then, at the end of the match, Tits McGee came out, our favorite new wrestler.
Hold on.
Mina.
Oh,
Tits McGee.
The Japanese lady.
Yeah, Mina Shirakawa, or whatever her name is. Something like that. And she...
Rough translation.
Yeah, something like that. She proceeds to pour...
There's two white guys in the podcast, everybody. Only one of us has a beard, though, so they're not that bad anymore. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah, Mina Shirakawa. 36 years old. I would have said she was in her 20s.
Thunder.
Anyway, she comes out, running out, because this is the one that had the champagne toast with Mariah May on Ring of Honor.
Tony Storm.
And then has another toast with Mariah May, and she, like, resuscitates Mariah May by pouring champagne down her throat and then kissing her on the lips. Then she jumps on her, and they start humping in the middle of the ring, and then go up and pour more champagne all over themselves. So AEW is probably the hottest fed going now.
That would wake me up. Tell you what. Two white guys in the pod. That's what we were told that multiple times throughout the weekend, that we were just another two white guys with the pod. Which is
That's
what we're going for.
That's what I'm telling my job. They're like, "You got a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, you're an interesting dude." I'm like, "Just two white guys with a podcast, bro."
We're just two white guys with a pod. Fuck you. Anyway, let's get to more sweet.
You're just a white girl wearing a SmackDown shirt.
You're just another. Joe, you stop it. Stop it right now. Hey, did you watch this Bray doc?
I wrote all the documents, all the docs and everything in the online, and I still didn't watch any of them.
For me. It's funny, I yell at Sean for singing. Now all I do is sing on the show. Roman Bio, didn't watch. Dark Side of the Ring, didn't watch. Screw it. Who cares?
What was Dark Side? No, well, we'll watch it next week. There's a lot fucking going on.
Yeah, we were at WrestleMania. So Thursday you're on Eat the Turnbuckle.
Chris Adams was this week for Dark Side. No, that's next week. Chris Colt, Welcome to My Nightmare. Seems interesting.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. So Thursday.
Look at my eye. Look at my eyes.
Give me the rundown of the Eat the Turnbuckle show. I think
in my perspective.
Yeah, it was the first time all of us hanging out as a crew.
No, it was great. I was just tired as shit by the end of the night because I did the Superstore early, and then was drinking, getting a parking ticket. I still got to fight that, and then it was cool just hanging out with everybody. And unfortunately, I couldn't hang the whole night because I was tired, and then we had to be up the next day to assemble for the live pod. I didn't want to be like hungover and relying on you.
I mean, I was definitely a little hungover, but I think I pulled it together on Friday. I showed up.
No, you were fine.
Time.
Yeah, I just wanted you to show up and do a few things. I didn't want to be like, oh, I got to move this, I got to move that. I knew there was going to be like eBay stuff also to do, and I knew I was going to be responsible in the morning. So
it was perfect. You helped me out. You didn't give me too much responsibility. You gave me just enough responsibility that.
They gave me a virus.
that it coincided right with the amount of hungover I was on Friday. We did the live pod, and then afterwards we got D'Alessandro's cheesesteaks, which were delicious.
Yeah, those are really good. Then we start. That was the beginning of the traffic stress.
That was the beginning.
I was like,
of road
why is
rage,
there traffic
Joe?
on this road? And then we got the cheesesteaks, came back, and then we left for
because a cop car smashed into something.
I think that had to do. Yeah, I think it screwed up detours and traffic for the whole area. Anyway, so then we finally get the cheesesteaks, and now we're gonna go downtown. So I have the bright idea of being a nice guy and driving my two friends all the way down to Wells Fargo to drop them off for SmackDown. And then we hit a shitload of traffic, not realizing it's Friday rush hour. And I'm like, oh shit.
Right, just civilians, not even mania.
I thought it was Saturday, bro. That's why I was like, oh, I'll do it. I thought it was Saturday. All my days were fucked up.
Yeah, my days were fucked too.
So I brought him down, boom, boom, boom. Just wanted to show him the train and shit. And then we're taking Broad Street all the way up to Temple for Ring of Honor. And he hit a fuck ton more traffic.
And a lot of potholes too. Dirty, deep potholes in Philly.
Oh, they filled the potholes on my block, by the way.
Oh, nice. Hey, shout out.
Every time we left the house, it was always those first fucking two.
Thank God you wrote those dozens of letters to them.
No, I think it was just DIY. I think it was just DIY, bro. Somebody was just over it, and somebody went in there and just poured a bunch of fucking asphalt in it from Home Depot.
That's awesome. Shout out them. Philadelphia.
That's ridiculous that we have to do that.
Well, maybe they'll make it. Maybe they'll deduct it from their taxes.
Yeah.
Plus labor,
Yeah.
So Friday we went to Ring of Honor.
We got a good spot. Went to Ring of Honor. Terrible drink selections, terrible food selections in the Leah Cora Center.
Your friend Derek, right?
He got his comps, yeah, because he's related to someone in the Mogul Embassy.
And
so he got his comps, who are not on the show.
You know what? And after the craziness of Thursday, it was nice to just sit down in an arena, in a college basketball arena,
and watch some internet shit.
And watch some fucking internet shit. Yeah, that's basically
the opener with Kyle Fletcher and some rando. I meant to bring that up on. And
I want to see what Kyle Fletcher and Shoddy Lee.
Shoddy Lee was the name?
Shotzi Lee. He used to be in the Nightmare Collective.
Really?
Yeah, that guy was in the ring. That guy was in the ring when Arn Anderson cut the greatest promo of his career and told Cody that he would give up his car when he would just get out the gat.
Glock Anderson?
Yeah, get out the Glock.
It says Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson.
Oh, Lee Johnson. All right. So whatever. That kid is in the shot of that iconic footage. And he goes,
yeah, that was an internet match.
Come on, Lee. He leaves. He's like, come on, Lee. At least you listen to me.
Speaking of Nightmare Family, who was the British dude that Cody feuded with?
Anthony Ogogo.
He was on Dynamite this week.
Oh yeah, they're like, he's the savior. They're like, Anthony Ogogo set the ship straight.
Is he the one who? Wait, that's not the one that originated it's open mic night, bitch. Or that was Jade Cargill.
Jade was open mic night, bitch. What was the name? I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. What was the name of the crusty white guy, MMA guy that Brandy said, "Oh, you got a black belt? I'm a black bitch." What was the guy who was doing the cornet stuff? You remember that guy?
No.
Yeah, he was an old white manager, and he had a feud with Brandy, and he managed a bunch of MMA guys.
Oh yeah.
Fuck was that guy's name?
He was good. I liked him.
You were asking me about black bitch, the black belt black bitch thing in text. And I was like, oh, that's when she had the feud with that guy. Oh, man, what the fuck's that guy's name, dude? It's on the tip of my brain.
Because it was he was with Scorpio Sky.
And he had, I think he might have had, he definitely had, what the fuck is the other woman's name? Van Page? Paige Van Zant?
Paige Van Zant.
Yeah, Stevie Van Zant from The Sopranos.
And then Paige Van Zant was she started training. And then she was like, you know what? It's way easier just to show my ass on OnlyFans.
I don't think she said that. You don't know that.
She 100% fucking did. She 100% did that. She had one match or one angle or whatever. And she's like, you know what? I don't want to get. Yeah. And now she just kisses
I mean, you know what? She deserves
Mandy's
it.
ass cheeks or something.
No, Joe.
They had a fucking shoot together.
Yeah, a photo shoot.
Yeah, they're like grabbing each other's ass and shit and thongs and shit.
Yeah.
So money's tight. They need to start doing that simp checks. They need them simp checks. Simp checks. That was like a theme all weekend
simp
too.
check?
It's like simp.
Yeah,
because it was like, girls wrestling, simps, and it was like, oh man, you gotta get in simp check, bro.
Yeah,
but simp check is like John. It can be used in many different ways.
Well, can we just decide right here between the two of us and the chat once and for all, and in the comments too? Do you pass So the point is simp check, and it's like D&D. Like you got to roll a 15 to pass the simp check. Now, but the thing is, when you roll the number, do you pass by resisting to simp, or when you roll the number, do you give in to simping? I think it's resist. I think the simp check is like, you got to roll you got to roll a 20.
Like, am I simp or not? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pass the simp check to be not a simp.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of people that's why I was saying simp check when all the Stardom Japanese girls came out, because they were simping. Like, oh man. Tits McGee.
So we sat down for Ring of Honor at Temple University in beautiful Philadelphia.
Beautiful North Philly. It's like the highest crime.
That wasn't as bad. The prices there were definitely not as bad as the Link. I got two, I guess 12 ounce. It wasn't a regular can, but it wasn't a 22 ounce of black cherry Mike's Harder lemonade for about $20, $9 a piece. Whereas those same beers, those same drinks would have been like $12, $15, $16 at the Link.
So I went to the Sixers game on Monday. Right after Mania was Monday. I went to Sixers game on Tuesday, and I went in there hoping there was gonna be like leftover Mania merch. I'm like, oh shit, brother.
Wait, where on Tuesday?
Wells Fargo on Tuesday.
Well, wait, I want to talk about Ring of Honor. No, I guess we don't.
No. I'm just making an analogy to something. I'm not like jumping around. See, now I lost my train of thought. Fucking my girl, she bought a High Noon, like the big boy, $24.
$24 for a 22 ounce High Noon.
Something like that. Somebody say it's like 24 ounces for $22, something like that.
Yeah, like a can that looks like this. Like a.
How many ounces is that? 16?
No, this is a 22 ounce.
I mean, so I would say
it a 22, but some of them are like, it's like a pint.
Yeah.
Some of them are like 20 ounces, but it's like a tall boy, they call him.
Yeah. Big dick boy of peach High Noon, and it was $24. She was like, I want to send this shit back. But she drank that the whole game. It's like, 2 hours worth.
Yeah. Well, she's like a normal human being, but like I could drink like 8 of those over the course of a 2 hour.
Well, that's usually what I do at WrestleMania, but I was doing a lot of the driving. Like I didn't really drink this weekend. Like if I wasn't getting driven, you would have saw a different fucking side of me. Like, because usually on these wrestling trips, I get fucking whacked. So, but anyway, back to Ring of Honor.
Drunk Joe. Well, yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much that happened. How many matches did we watch? 4. It was Kyle Fletcher versus
you left
Shoddy
at the
Lee.
Athena Holy Sheeta or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, what? This show sucks.
Because
all the hard cam memes.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So Joe, that was the highlight of the show for me. Tell the people about the hard cam meme, because you're the one who discovered it and unlocked it.
So when
it's your joke.
Bang, where was it at in the show?
Without a beard, you kind of look like David Lynch a little bit.
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm tired of shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches in to the show, not counting the pre-show, so it was actually 6 or 7 matches. Bullet Club Gold defeating Fabergé Egg, Minoru Suzuki, and Monster Sauce of Alex Zane and Lance Archer. So the entrance for the Bullet Club, the Bang Bang, whatever the fuck, Bang Bang, not Scissor Gang. Bullet Club Gold comes out, and I didn't realize that, because always in that venue, or any venue ever, the hard cam is usually on the same side, and so are the comps. So I assumed the hard cam was there. I wasn't really looking for it. for this show only, they moved the hard cam to dead across from the entrance. So if you come out of the entrance and you went through the ring and then back into the crowd, you eventually would have hit the hard cam, you know? It was exactly
and the wrestler's instinct is to come out and turn left or right.
Come out because it's right here.
Yeah.
You know? So Jay White comes out and he starts doing like this and starts like doing a promo and he's going this way, but the hard cam's this way. And there's a woman, I think there's like one or two people that have been hired or stationed in the first row because they're like really far into the first row. I thought it was really weird that these people were there with headphones and a cooler. I don't know who they were. Probably just stooges. Their job was to go like this to direct traffic like TW. And they kept going, and the girl would go over like she's like, oh shit. Go over more. It
was like the Shannon. It was like the Shannon of ROH.
Yeah.
Of just a kind soul.
And then they had the match, and then he looked the wrong way again.
Yeah, and they couldn't stop themselves, which was just very funny.
Why did they move the cam? Just so they can have more people? I think it had to do with something.
Could have been building restrictions. You know, could have been there. Maybe they didn't have
the camera's always there when AEW goes there. Why wouldn't it be different for Ring of Honor?
Oh, well, I didn't know enough.
I think it had something to do with the fact they didn't sell the top bowl, the top tier, because they only did the lower bowl and the floor because they wanted to make it look more full.
I mean, it was still pretty full. I mean, not for like
full.
Ring
Bill,
of
it's
Honor.
full because they didn't sell the fucking top row or the top the mez.
So there was a 6-woman Japanese tag match, which is great, where me and Joe discovered all the new
Empress
Japanese
Nexus Venus. That's what it says here. Empress Nexus Venus. Maika and Mina Shirakawa and Mai Sierra defeat Queen's Quest, AZM, Saya Kamitani, and Tam Nakano.
It was awesome. That was a great match. And then what happened after that? You have it pulled up. I'm trying to go from memory.
There was the Fletcher match. It was the 6-woman. The Undisputed Kingdom defeats the Infantry.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Snooze Fest. A bunch of and those guys.
The team's like, oh.
Those guys were doing hard cam towards us, and nobody had realized, and they had yet to put a pointing woman. It's like those guys came out.
Morons, man. What are they doing?
Yo, and Joe had the brilliant idea. He's like, man, I wish we could like do a crowd takeover of the show and have
like a hijack the show, and everyone's like,
anytime they look over
here,
everybody
over
in
here,
this section.
hard cam here, and then the workers, like, whenever you hijack the show, it's so funny. Like, workers get so confused, you know? They're just like,
yeah. So that match was like a no DQ match. There was a table used in like off to the side of the ramp where we couldn't even see the spot. Wardlow jumps out of the crowd with his little bikini straps, his little spaghetti strap T-shirt, and yeah, boring, stupid. Loved it.
Billy Starks defeats Queen Amidala.
Oh my God, this was the worst.
So, for the ROH Women's World Television Title Tournament final.
It was a tournament, Joe. There was a tournament to determine, and we got to see the final of the tournament. So it was Billy Starks and Queen, what?
I call her Queen Amidala, but it's Queen Aminata.
Yeah, well, anyway, it was awesome. First ever women's tag team.
You remember what the finish was?
Yeah, so the finish was that Billy Starks faked a neck injury.
Oh, faked the neck, yeah. And they're like,
and
first
she's
thing they do was
like,
how's the neck feel?
She's laying there like she lost
they're just
all.
Like throwing her the fuck around. Like, how's your neck feel? Sit up.
So she's laying in the middle of the ring like she lost all feeling in her extremities, and the doctors rush in,
really?
and you know the giveaway was like there was no board. They just put like a
backboard,
CVS.
yeah.
There was a CVS neck brace, like a Vince McMahon neck brace, got put on her.
Yeah, Amazon Basics.
But I'm telling you, the crowd dead silent. dead silent. It was a scary moment. And then
I'm telling you, man, simp check. No one passes simp check.
And then basically what happened is the competitor, the queen, sat on the ropes. And by the way, that was a running theme of the show too. Nobody could like sit on the ropes and properly do the thing. Like one of the guys just like tried to hold it down, like the TV guy.
Maybe maybe they didn't realize like how tight those ropes are. Maybe someone just tightened it too much.
I don't know, you just sit on it and you fucking do the thing. I've done it 1,000 times.
I mean, the shit is a lot tighter than you might think. But
feels good though. But anyway, so
maybe the Ring of Honor ropes don't get used that often. So they're not as like loose as the AEW one.
Billy Stark's competitor holds the ropes for her because she just broke her neck and they're helping her out of the ring. And then Billy Stark's like gives her a schoolboy or a submission or something and basically fakes a career-ending neck injury with the crowd completely silent and all holding their breath to trick this woman into winning the title. And the crowd goes wild. And Joe, I had a great WrestleMania moment. There was like a little girl with her parents.
Oh yeah.
A few rows up, and I was like, "What?" Everyone's cheering around us. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Boo! She lied." I'm like screaming, and the little girl in front of us was like, "Yeah!" And I was going like, "Ah!" And she was like, "Ah!" I was right? She's like, "Yeah."
You're like entertaining.
So it was the only two
little
fucking
girl.
Intelligent people in the entire building. Me and this little girl.
The most intelligent one was
little Miss Sunshine.
A 7-year-old. Because Marks just believe everything.
And is my favorite match coming up next?
Dalton Castle versus
hell yeah.
Dalton Castle defeats Johnny TV with Taya.
Yeah.
This scored a 3.42. This show got a 7.85 though, because the last two matches that we left for were the best matches on the show.
Good.
Ironically enough. Good.
All right, I'm done with this. We're spending way too much time on it.
That Dalton Castle match was awful.
Yeah, but it was like
with all the boys getting sent out, and they were all doing dives and botching. And shit.
I love him. I just think that Dalton Castle is great, and I kind of love Johnny TV. And did you notice? Full shiny cat suit for Taya Valkyrie because WrestleMania week, everybody busts out the shiny. You got to bust out the shinies.
All right, yeah, we can switch it up. What do you want to talk about? You just want to talk about WrestleMania now?
Yeah, let's go through Mania. So Thursday we were all at a bar. We were hanging out. CB item box, this lovely lady, and Saturday.
Thursday?
Saturday. Did I say
Saturday.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Saturday. We went to the block party. We all secured tickets. We all rolled together. Joe was gracious enough to drive myself and Brian and Amanda. We went to Wawa. We got snacks.
Someone almost took a shit on my car.
Yeah, that guy. That guy was fun. So we get there, and it was great. It was a little cold. Me and you were way up top.
It was the worst experience of my life, actually. One of the worst.
Joe hated it. Joe, you guys, everybody thinks I'm negative. I brought Joe around. We're all sitting at WrestleMania.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're like a beacon of sunshine.
Beacon of hope.
It was just way too fucking cold, man. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, way too much. Like, I kept hiding in the vestibule for the elevator because it was warm in there. Like, after the majority of the show, I just stayed in a vestibule. I'm like, why am I here?
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, it was, Joe was in the vestibule. Vestibule Joe.
Well, first off, there was some guy sits down next to us, and he's cursing at the people next to him, the family next to him, because they're sitting in his seats. He's a belt mark, go figure. And then I keep trying to move over, and then Pat disappeared for a little bit. Then I was on my own. Then I started sleeping in the vestibule with the guy who was on ecstasy or mushrooms or whatever. Some guy was tripping balls.
Some guy was having a bad trip, and he was all.
Some guy was having a bad trip in the vestibule.
And this guy were having an equally bad WrestleMania trip.
But I was like sober as shit, and I wasn't on anything. I was still having a bad trip.
Yeah, you should have asked him to take. You should be like, "Yo, can I get some of that?"
Fucking wrestling.
I wasn't that cold. I did not even pack a hoodie. I had my North Face with me. I just put on every single T-shirt I owned.
My legs were really cold. I was wearing your beanie. And yeah.
And
Or
Joe didn't even go back Sunday.
maybe I was starting to get sick there, and that was all combining at the same time. I think that's what it maybe was.
Oh, we got great parking too. We pulled into like the industrial.
Oh yeah,
lot.
we pulled. Yeah, we pulled right into that lot, and then
see, because that's the thing. Like, and no offense, Joe, but Brian and Amanda and I were talking about this to you, and it's like, yo, okay, like so Joe, we're sitting in traffic. And Joe's like, this is the worst traffic ever. And me and Amanda are like, yo, have you ever been on like the BQE? Like, do you don't remember the? It's like, yo, nah. It was like stop.
You can tell I never really. I mean, I've driven in New York, but the only bad traffic I've driven in New York recently was for Arthur Ashe, and that time that happened is when I stamped I will never go back to Arthur Ashe ever again.
Wow.
That was when you, me, and Brian met up, and we were all the way at the top.
Yeah,
so very
row.
kind of like similar.
Last row,
it's like poetry. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like long-term storytelling.
Yeah, that was long-term storytelling.
Yeah, we.
But that traffic from the Belt Parkway all the way up to fucking Queens and the Expressway.
Yeah, that's real
I
traffic.
told you, my leg was fucking sore the next day because of all the braking for 3+ fucking hours. And I'm
see what I was saying?
It was like a workout. It was like being on a Stairmaster.
He's screaming at this traffic in Philadelphia, and it's like, and I'm like, it's not that bad, But and then you think about it, real New York traffic injured this man. So it's the same thing with the parking. It's like, oh, is this lot too far away? And like by New York standards, it's like, no, dude, this is great. Like this lot is amazing. There's nobody here, and it's like a 10-minute walk, yo.
And it wasn't filled up, and it looked. And then also we had the decision. It was like, oh, let's just go in here because if we go farther down, we're gonna get stuck in this weird traffic.
And by New York standards, that was a steal. Think about trying to go to Yankee Stadium. You know?
And I instantly was like, you're right.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just like pulled around. Whatever.
That was probably the best decision. That was probably the best opinion decision I made all weekend. It's like, you know what? Bang it in here. Let's go.
That's one thing I definitely do with my driving. I definitely drive like slow, but at times I drive aggressive and very illegal. So it's like, but you can't get too crazy because fucking potholes, man. Remember that big one we saw?
Yeah, that was like unpaved road, really.
Yeah, but it was like you can't. That's ridiculous. Like put the big sheet of fucking metal.
That's really my only regret is that I wish that we had both realized that the Iowa game was on. And I wish that we both put big money on the Iowa game and left Ring of Honor early and gone and screamed at the TV over gambling on Friday night. But by the time we realized that was happening,
went to the Superstore. I was trying to go to the Superstore, and I didn't think of it, and we got there too late. And then everybody was like in different spots. Like Amanda and Brian were at some dive bar, like all in the Badlands. And then Sean was like not really knowing what he was doing. He was getting out of the Superstore, and then like you and me, and I was tired, and I was like, we do have Mania tomorrow and the block party.
That was a good decision. All right, so Saturday, we got there for the opening match, which was what on Saturday?
Well, we did the block party. We pre-gamed and we went to Mania. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. So we didn't miss anything.
Shout out Pork Chop Express for sharing his Hennessy.
Yeah, and it was cool meeting Pork Chop also. Finally. We got there just in time, but I'm rushing in and I'm like, oh, I don't want to miss the pyro. I don't want to miss the flyover. No pyro. No flyover. No real pyro on the show at all. They've completely like gutted the stage. They've gutted the pyro. You know what they do now? They do the pop, the jump scare, the boom that oh, I'm awake now because I'm asleep at a fucking 7-hour wrestling show. But this will wake you up, right? But it's not going to cost as much as fire. Huh?
Roman and Cody had pyro.
Yeah, Roman Cody had pyro.
And maybe like Sami Zayn when he won.
Rhea had pyro.
Yeah, but
no. Rhea's pyro, all it was like the boom, like the stomp, and then that's it.
She sang with a clone of herself.
Yeah, that shit was lame.
That was the opening match, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rhea and Becky. I have it up here. So this night got a 6.76, by the way. Not a very good rating. So
I mean, everyone's
Rhea
saying
and
that it was the weather, but I gotta say that it was like a
it
much
was the
weaker
weather.
show than, but it was also a much weaker show than night 2.
Yeah, but night we'll get to this, but we're gonna big fucking a lot of things to talk about for night 2. But like night 1, it was just a little warmer, and just like you texted me, like, oh, they're lying, it's just as cold. Yeah, because it got that cold eventually at first. But if you can like mitigate the cold, as in like when we got there, it was already too fucking cold. Night 1, night 2, it was warm enough,
It was nice
and your
that
body
day, yeah.
is like adjusted and fine. Then eventually it gets to the point in which you're so over it that the show's already over, or you're at the point in the show when all those run-ins came in, and then you're like, oh fuck yeah, oh shit, You're not really thinking about it, and you're like, oh yeah, the show was great.
Well, and I'm sure that if we were like not at like, we were in the upper bowl, I'm sure that if we were like on the floor or lower level, everyone's like right in the middle, everyone's out of their seats. It's almost like a show. You get warm because everyone's like moving around and cheering and stuff. So it was the cold, but it was also the boredom. I wasn't even cold. I was standing on my chair, leaning over the concrete barrier, looking out to beautiful Philadelphia parking lots.
Drinking cold beers.
Just
brother.
Drinking ice cold beers, brother.
I just couldn't believe I was at
Smoking
WrestleMania.
menthol cigarettes. Right there.
So yeah, that match was kind of whatever.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Yeah, everybody thought that, like, the sound was great. We were in the last row, and the audio, the musics were great. I could hear all of them, but I could not hear, what's his name? Johnny Radke, or whatever the hell the guy's name from Motionless in White is.
He looked just like Rhea. They had matching faces.
Yeah, they had not only
because Rhea's got her face, and then he's him. So if he's like trying to make himself look like Rhea, and Rhea's trying to make himself look like him, they did a great job. They had like a big nose.
Yeah, it was like the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, Rhea.
Yeah. So
she was singing the song. Like he got really close to the camera, and his nose is like really big, and like Rhea's nose is really big too.
Yeah.
So.
They're both beautiful.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, this match was kind of whatever. I mean, the finish was, I guess, okay, where she like threw into the turnbuckle and then
she powered out of the disarmor, threw her in the thing, riptide. We were both right about that. We both said for sure Rhea.
Oh, we didn't check the DraftKings stuff, did you?
I couldn't. My shit glitched. I think I might have like waited too long.
Watch me have like $1,000 on my account. Let me check real quick in real time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so Rhea and Becky first. Then next was the 6-man tag team matchup.
No, the 6 ladder match.
6-pack tag team ladder matchup.
And then that was stupid because it was like 2 title changes. A-Town down. They won the SmackDown title, right? And then Awesome Truth. Why is this in German? And then Awesome Truth won the Raw belts.
Yeah. So they split the belts, high spots, ladder match.
Well, there were no Dudleys, so immediately everyone was like, all right, fuck this.
Yeah, fucking no Dudleys.
Well, I have no balance in here, so.
And then after that, what happened? Was it Jimmy and Jay?
No, it was Andrade and Ray defeating Dom and Santos Escobar. I think this is when I ran to the vestibule. I was just like, I'm just going to stay here.
Well, one of the biggest pops of the night was Jason Kelsey and the other guy, Lane Johnson.
Oh, during that match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed up. Yeah, oh, that's right. They ran an interference, and they had like lucha masks on, and then those were the lucha boys, the Dudley boys. They ran in, and that was like the biggest pop. I was like, whoa! I'm like, oh shit! It was like an Eagles crowd,
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then Jey Uso defeats Jimmy Uso. They scored this match at 2.89.
This is the worst rated match in WrestleMania history.
I was in the elevator. I was in the elevator bar.
This is another thing we called that they were going to go shot for shot, and instead it was going to be super kicks, and it was going to make a Young Bucks match look like a Bret Hart match. And that's exactly what everybody's saying about this. And you know what? Listen, I'm not a great fan of the Young Bucks, and the Usos are fun, and I love them, but Jimmy is frumpy. Jimmy Uso is fucking frumpy, man. I'm sorry. And also, they don't throw super kicks as good as the Young Bucks. So, like, when they go super kick for super kick, they don't have the proper form all the time.
Yeah.
And
I got 11 of 17 right, by the way.
11 of 17? All right, well,
we can
tell
go
me
through it
later.
in a sec.
So this already kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because I thought that we were going to see a full-on night one, the dark side wins. I thought we were going to see a bloody Cody laying in the ring, a Jimmy who had just won his match, type of thing. But no, they just had Jay win it, so whatever.
Yeah,
and Lil Wayne came out and did nothing.
A lot of this shit was only thrown together 2 weeks ago.
Lil Wayne came out and sang like 2 bars of one of his songs, and then Jimmy Uso's music played. Very disappointing because I wanted Lil Wayne to rap. I wanted Lil Wayne to rap the lyrics to Jay Uso. It's just me, Us, day one. He didn't do that. He just ad-libbed over the whole thing. It was lame.
We'll see how they score the celebrities later. That's what I was more interested in with all that. I was like, did he count as a celebrity? Another lame match. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi defeat Damage Control.
Yeah, I mean, they came down.
They had a very
pillar.
weird fucking entrance. Remember they
like
came
Western,
down on a platform?
It's like a Toy Story.
It was like Toy Story. She was just like whipping her hair, and then Naomi had like some Raiden looking hat. And then fucking another one looked like Storm. She like this.
No, but they were on action
pedestal
holders.
Oh, what? Really?
They were like strapped in, and maybe it's just.
I think
for
that's
safety.
just for their security.
Huh.
For them.
It was
coming
awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Just in case something happened on that. And then Damage Control, they just act like idiots. They for some reason
I was smoking a joint with Brian at the vestibule, in the concourse.
Yeah, I was turning into Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
At the final scene, you're just frozen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, you and Amanda too. Amanda was when we met up with Amanda later, she was freezing. Her fucking. Well, I met up with her then during that match, and Brian. Everybody was fine. But at the end, Amanda was in the blanket. She looked like she just got rescued from a fucking sinking ship. You too. You guys were all fucking out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was chilling, dude.
Hypothermia, man.
Yeah, you guys all had
a sinking ship, yeah. Should have worn the
you guys look
the aluminum foil blanket when you come out.
Yeah, exactly. If you can airlift it out. It's like Jesus Christ. It's okay, it's 40 degrees. Okay.
Not in there, brother. No, it was 50 degrees. But
yeah, but the wind
it's like
made
fucking
it what?
28. Yeah,
right,
fuck
okay.
off. It was 20-mile-an-hour winds. Sami Zayn defeats Gunther. They gave this an 8.5. What did you think of this match?
I wish I cared about this. I wish I cared so much.
Another match that got thrown together. I didn't give a fuck
you know,
about it.
and you know what they did. If you think about it, you remember when Chad Gable was going for Gunther, and Chad Gable's kids were in the front row, and they cried, and Gable's whole thing was like, "Oh, my whole family was there for my big match, and you made them cry." You remember this?
No, not really. But
well, that happened.
Okay.
And it's almost like they took that Gable storyline and just swapped it for Sami Zayn and his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sami Zayn and his
Because they were in the.
wife.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to figure out who that was in the front row, and then he started talking, and I was like, oh, I guess that's his wife.
Yeah. So I wish
it was so cold I couldn't use my brain properly.
Oh my god.
my fucking spinal column and brain stem were not
Everybody's talking about how cold it is, yo. And it's not just you, Joe. Everyone's like, oh, night one was freezing. Don't listen to them, yo. It's just like Joe complaining about Philly traffic when he literally
fake news.
Yeah, it's fake news. It's just all your perception. It wasn't.
Well, when you're outside smoking cigarettes all day and walking around drunk in Queens all day, it's a little different for someone like me who's in their nice toasty Civic and their toasty basement with their space heaters and 10 blankets.
That's right.
So yeah, it is a matter of perception,
Space heaters and 10 blankets. All right.
Did you use the space? You didn't have to use the space heater.
No,
once,
but
right?
I will tell you, Joe, that if I slept in the bed that you provided me every night, I'd be a pussy too, because it was.
That's my old bed. That's what's so funny
very
about that.
comfortable. And if that's the backup bed, I can only imagine what you're sleeping on now. The thread count is probably through the roof. So yeah, if I was driving around with a heated car and sleeping in that kind of bed, yeah, I'd probably be a fucking bitch also.
Yeah, life's a bitch. Yeah, woe is me. Wow, what was I thinking?
I'm sorry.
What a life I've occurred to myself.
Sorry, you set me up. You set me up.
What all right, so this main event. So then we went back to our seats, and it was like, all right, main event time. And then
notice how Joe has no opinions about any of these matches other than he was freezing.
No, I say it right when I'm done. I said Sami Zayn defeats Gunther, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about this. It happened it started 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
You know?
Okay.
This should have been, honestly, I think it should have been Jey Uso beating fucking Gunther because he had a lot of steam behind him.
Could have been Gable. You could have made
that.
Gable.
That's fine too, but I think Jey had a lot of steam behind him. They want to make a main event Jey Uso. And then, I just don't feel like now Jay's kind of just like lost in the sauce, and his only thing is yeet.
Well, no, now Jay is the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship, which we'll get to.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Bloodline, Roman Reigns and The Rock defeat Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. 45-minute match. Okay. So we went back to our seats, and Cody comes out. Seth comes out. No real pomp of circumstance. Cody is wearing a little less flamboyant of a version than he normally does, and then
we had 2 different jackets for 2 nights.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like tonight was the first night was the leaner version. It was more blue. It was a little more muted, if you will.
And his trunks sucked too because it was designed in a way it looked like he had a big M on his crotch.
I'll have to rewatch it. I do want to rewatch this match. And then Seth came out in a very long garb with a flower, correct?
Yeah, he looked like a Dark Souls character.
He definitely did. The next night, we'll get to that.
The flamboyant.
But the next night
he
for
looked
his
like a
opener.
Bloodborne type of.
The Mummer's outfit looked more like an Elden Ring character, but we'll get to that.
Oh, dude.
But the Rock entrance, I think we all agree, was probably the best part of the show, right?
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was coming.
I think that was when I was recording you, and you were like, "Let's go!"
Yeah, I was having a great time.
Yeah, it was fun.
The Roman entrance was great too because it feels really good to throw your finger up.
I put him. Yeah,
put him up.
Put him up.
Put him up.
Put him up.
Yeah, our section.
I forgot to put the Rock standee in the shot.
I was the only not cold person me and Brian were the only not cold people in the entire arena, and Sean as well.
Well, you kept trying to pop people during this match, which is really funny.
Well, I was
eventually you were
good, and I was yelling about what I thought, which was that it sucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because then at first, well, all right. So the crowd felt the crowd was so frozen by this point because they all come out right, and both guys are in the ring. All 4 guys are in the ring, and they're all kind of like just doing trying to do I guess
they're trying to do the Hogan
trying
Rock
to do this
thing. Yeah,
they love doing the Hogan Rock 17 thing, don't they? So they're going left. They're going right, and the crowd is just unresponsive,
and
right?
Everybody looks like
Cody
Jack
goes
Nicholson
back to the apron
shot.
and runs up and tries to get everybody up again.
Right, Cody's on the second turbo, like, come on, please,
come on, where the fuck you guys at? So once that happened, I was like, okay, we're in a kind of a situation here.
Well, you know that whole canopy above the ring not only protects from rain, but it also has heat bulbs in it. So the ring's fucking heated, dude.
Yeah. I
They're
remember
like
that.
some chicken nuggets sitting there wrestling under the heat lamps.
Yeah, chicken nuggies.
Yeah, nuggets.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I think they started doing that after the first New York, first time they were in New York. I don't think they did it for that one when they did Rock Cena 2. But then when they went back for the more recent one, like Ronda, Charlotte, Becky,
right?
That's when they started instituting that shit.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them, but I think the least cold people in the building were probably the wrestlers. You got to hold this adrenaline.
Yeah. Well, everyone's like, oh, the wrestler. How about the wrestlers? I'm like, they're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, they're fine
because they're always on adrenaline. They come out, and once they start wrestling and shit, your fucking pulse goes through the roof. So yeah,
adrenaline's
the
in their
match
soul.
itself was kind of whack because like the pacing was like fucking weird and all over the place. It's just like they tried to do the standoff, and then I don't know who started the match, Roman and Seth,
Right.
and then they
tagged in The Rock.
tagged out, and then ended up being Cody and Rock right away, or Cody and Roman right away.
No, then they
tag Rock in.
Cody Roman. I don't know, but yeah, the tags were too early and weird.
And
like
then
the Rock got in the ring too fast. I think.
And then there was no build to anyone getting in, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Oh, we're gonna just start brawling now. Then they start brawling up to the stage, brawling up. Like if they wanted to do that, like you got to pick two. You got to pick one of the either. Either you're gonna have standoff. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they did a standoff, and that was an audible to go into the crowd. That could have been a thing too.
Try to wake everybody up.
Yeah, like get out there.
I don't think so. I think that this match was painstakingly planned out.
Urka says Joe needs to try to double pants. Double pants is when you wear two pair of pants at the same time.
I mean, Brian had long johns on. He comes prepared.
If I wasn't sick, I would have did that the next night, but I did not. I would just not have these fucking shows at these venues.
Yeah, by the end of the night, Joe was absolutely
or maybe the NFL should fucking mandate a thing where it's like, you guys make so much fucking money, these franchises, like put a fucking lid, like a mandated law, like a bill or something, like, a Bill of Rights to the Supreme Court to say all NFL venues have to have a lid on them. At least if you're on the East Coast or in the Northeast, like, fuck.
I mean, I don't think they should pass that before you try double pants.
I don't think that would have worked. Double pants, double sock.
So night one was night one. I was really excited about the Rock entrance. I think that was my favorite part. I knew that we were going to get full Rock. Nobody knew what capacity he was going to be in on night two. And in night two, he did the run-in, so we got like the WrestleMania weekend's Rock entrance. We got the full culmination, the climax of the entrance that they've been cultivating and sculpting throughout the
woo, like this fucking thing. And then they started using it at Raw After Mania. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They didn't have it go at Raw After Mania when it came out. They weren't using it. I don't think it was going around the arena, but how they had like the smaller entrance.
Right.
It was like music hit, like burn, like electrifying, and then it was like vroom, vroom, like it kind of did like that the gear up, the drive sound, Like,
yo, shout out Captain Dave. What's up, dog? Yo, yeah, and we were both talking about this whole.
And then the Brahma Bull, the fire Brahma Bull,
stood in the fire, and we were talking about it. Like, The Rock doesn't know shit about video games. All this shit is
Final
like Cody.
Boss, engaged. Yeah, they don't know shit about that. Yeah. All this shit is Cody.
It's like it feels a little Kenny Omega-ish too. Almost.
Which is rubbed off on Cody.
Right, exactly. So I feel like it's almost the Kenny Omega Xavier Woods gene that has been transmitted to Cody, who's always been a gamer.
He's always been a gamer, but now he's like, oh, well, gaming's cool now. So I'm going to go, me and Brandy, we're going to dress like the Boss and Big Boss, That's how they dress.
But you know what? Listen, is Cody Rhodes an android who thinks he's a human being? Yes. But if that android has developed self-awareness and consciousness and decided that they love Metal Gear 3, then I like that person. Like, if you like Metal Gear 3, I can't not fuck with you.
Synth,
you know what I mean?
just in time for Fallout, yeah.
Did I fail the simp check on Cody Rhodes?
No, not simp. Synth.
Oh,
synthetic.
Synth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. Is the cosplay lame?
45 fucking minute match. We kept trying to find a fucking nice spot to watch it too. We kept getting booted.
Yeah, we kept going. We were like kind of exiting and walking down and like going through the tunnels and like watching a few minutes and then, which was I think a good exit strategy.
Yeah, yeah, because I was trying to do
Joe, you
chairs
secured. You stayed behind. We went and drank at the car.
I woke up once it was time to make money. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
I'm here.
You had adrenaline in your soul. You kicked out.
What I gotta do, but I fucked up the plan. I should have had you there to hold the chair, and I can get multiple chairs. But yeah, that was my because I was frozen. My brain was frozen. I couldn't think straight. It was all right. We made a little money and got the fuck up out of there on time. We got home pretty good time. Got home around 12:30.
Great. And then
Oh.
Sunday I went home, and I guess you stayed home as well. You flipped your ticket?
Yeah, I listed. So what I did Sunday, I listed the tickets right away. And then Falguni and I went to the Superstore. We went to Chinatown. We went to get dim sum first, and then coffee after dim sum. Went to Dunkin' Donuts that was right on the corner there, and a fan came walking in with the golden belt. You know, the one I'm trying to flip.
Right.
And I tried to offer the guy like $1,500 for the fucking golden belt. He's like, "No, man, I collect them." Like, all right, I just want to make it worth your while, you know. He's like, "Nah, man, I collect them. I collect them." Okay, no problem, man. Go back to buying your iced coffee. I was like, "I'll buy your coffee too. I'll buy the belt and your coffee and your Mama Rhodes, your coffee here." He was like, "Nah, man, I like the belt. Belt marks, man."
They got adrenaline in their souls. All right, so let's talk about Sunday because we watched.
And then we went to the Superstore, and that was it. And we were tired and went home.
Nice. And did you guys watch live?
Yeah. Then we went home. We watched it on the couch, and it was funny. It was very funny off the bat, and then it turned into the show that it always meant to be.
I feel like your girl is so
show.
lovely. I feel like I would want to watch wrestling with you and her. I feel like she would, because you've been saying.
Don't worry,
on the
I'll
show,
explain what she did during the main event.
Right, because you've been saying on the show like funny things that she says. Then after meeting her and kind of getting her personality, I feel like she's probably very funny. While you guys, I feel like you guys watching wrestling is very funny. Also, side note, I have to tell this story real quick. I was wearing the Choppy shirt. On Friday, and she was like, "Oh, I just noticed your shirt. What is this?" So I spent like 5 straight minutes just telling your girlfriend in the way that only I can about the entire backstory of this. And I had started like, there used to be a wrestler named Val Venus. And I basically took it from there and went all the way until the conclusion of the story of Choppy.
Yeah, you finished that story.
I finished that story right there. And, she was a good sport about it. And so then I realized that I don't know why, I had a medium Choppy in my bag. And so I gave it to your lady before I left, and I said, "Listen, when you wear this shirt, which I'm sure she'll never ever wear."
No, you'll see me wearing it next week.
But when she wears this shirt, I need you to tell that story to whoever asks you about this shirt and carry on the legend of Val Venus, Taka Michinoku, Kai and Tai, Choppy, and, spoiler alert, John Wayne Bobbitt.
Tits McGee. So, night one got what? Like a 6.75, and then Sunday night got a 9.04.
Wow. So we fucked it up.
I don't care. So the opener was Drew McIntyre defeating Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title. Again, no pyro. They had some couple come out, do America the Beauty. Oh no, God Bless America.
War
and
and Peace. War and Treaty.
He's like, "Wah!" like the way he was singing and shit. He was really belting it. But still no flyover.
Did you watch any of the pre-show with CM Punk on it?
The pre-show for Punk was the first night, though.
No, he was on second night too. I was like watching it. Like
first night I went there. Like I was in the crowd, and I was like, "Oh, this is cold. I'm going to my seat." He was on the pre-show the second night too. No, what did he say?
You know what? I gotta say he's not great on the pre-show. Like Pat McAfee's there. It was like Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, maybe Booker T, and CM Punk. CM Punk wasn't great.
He was great on commentary.
You know what? I didn't think he was that great on commentary either.
He was saying some funny shit. All right, so did you see Seth's entrance with the mummers?
Loved it.
So he was dressed, first of all, like I started screaming. I was like, mummers. Like I didn't even think of like mummers being at WrestleMania, and that should have been like the first thing.
And the mummers are like a New Orleans style troupe of like 40 musicians who reside in Philly.
They're like a bunch of drunk Irish electricians and plumbers that choreograph and dress up very flamboyantly and play like strings and flutes and drums and shit and get really drunk on New Year's and parade up and down Broad Street. The whole city's drunk every New Year's Day.
That it's getting a lot of hate. I've seen mixed opinions.
Because they're like slowly getting canceled due to like politics and some racial shit and the paint. So that's getting like the face paint gets turned into like blackface stuff, and it's like,
oh, I didn't know any of that.
well, what the hell did you read?
Oh, I was sitting there watching it, and I was actually hanging out with my mom. My mom goes, "Oh, it's the Mummers." My mom like knew who the Mummers were.
Yeah, because it's just a generational thing, probably.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, this is dope," and just the sheer volume of wacky people walking down the ring with him, thought it was perfect. Thought it was great.
Yeah, that's what the parade's like. Yeah.
Oh my god, so fucking dope.
You said it was getting a lot of hate. What, on Twitter?
Yeah, I saw people like hating on it. Also, the Drew McIntyre entrance with the swords, the S
Oh
words.
yeah.
Just shout out to Joey Conway, friend of the Bullies, who was one of the barons of the sword bearers, a sword bearer.
Yeah.
How dope is that? Yeah, so that was cool. And the match went pretty much exactly how I expected it.
So wait. So I also screamed when Seth came out because I was like, he's dressed like a fucking mummer. Like I didn't think of it. Like, of course he would dress like a mummer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he dresses like so ridiculous.
Told you.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it. But his outfit looked like fucking what's her face from Elden Ring, Ranny the Witch.
Yeah, which is also awesome.
The big hat, the big fucking witch hat.
No,
What'd you think of the match?
thought it was dope.
First of all, they tried to spook everybody. I was like, oh shit. Like Claymore right off the bat, just like
right, which I thought
road kick, Sheamus, fucking Daniel Bryan.
You could see it, right?
Like it's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's like long term, and in a way, it's like this is what would happen if Vince was booking this.
Yeah,
and now
that would have happened, but then like,
and now we're gonna get into a whole thing. And I thought the way that I wasn't that crazy about CM Punk's commentary. Once again, he comes off a little bit like a shit, Like he goes, oh yeah, show it to your wife. Like when Drew wins, it's like, oh yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Like you don't talk about your wife all the time. You guys both fail the simp check. Anyway, it was awesome. And then he goes, hey Punk, remember this? And he's gonna do the move that injured him.
Oh, the
the double underhook, whatever. And then he goes for the GTS, which you love. Yeah, thought it was dope. I thought this was great. It
was really what happened after that was better.
Well,
Drew got his moment.
Drew had his moment. He got to, and they all pose like Shawn Michaels now. You see, like WrestleMania 12, on the knees, hand the belt, the boyhood dream. Yeah,
boyhood dream.
See, Brian saying worst entrance of Mania. Hates the memes.
He's gonna say anything I like is the worst.
Yeah, and so Drew then wins, gets his moment, gets all sexy, decides to crawl on the commentary table and get all sexy at CM Punk. And he's like, oh, you made this possible. And then CM Punk goes, I'm going to tell you right now that I can't hear anything you're saying because I have headphones on.
He says, I got cans on.
I got cans on, right.
All worker fucking terms.
Yeah, he couldn't resist saying cans, stupid bitch. But he goes, but that was funny in theory. I'm going to tell you right now that I can't
I bust
hear
out
anything
laughing.
you're saying.
Yeah, I can.
Very good.
But then he eventually he could hear what he was saying eventually. He was responding a little bit.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, well,
And then what did he do exactly here? He
well, he's like, oh, it's my moment. He's like, oh, well, if it's your moment, why are you talking to me? And then Drew stands up.
Oh, he's like, I've never seen anyone chant another wrestler's name after the other guy like wins the title. That's what he said.
Right. And it cut him deep.
CM Punk and fucking Drew had won. That was a good line.
Yeah, they did great, and then Drew got up and gave him the suck it, and CM Punk was like, you know what, I had enough. Did you notice CM Punk was wearing just like white socks? He had like this nice suit on, but then he just had like...
Oh, is he supposed to wear no socks, right?
You wear no socks, you wear like black, you wear like dress socks.
He was wearing just like cotton fucking
yeah, he had
socks.
white cotton socks, it seemed like. And he like kicked Drew in the head a few. He swept his leg, kicked him in the head.
He swept the leg, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I started fucking yelling.
Where like, and then Damian Priest's music hits, and the camera pans.
Well, he hit him with the fuck he took. I thought he was faking the injury. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm better now," and he takes the brace off, but then he just used it as a weapon. I thought he was like,
"Yeah, that wasn't a great hit with the weapon either." Like when he
yeah, it was fine. I thought.
Yeah, but whatever. His stomps
more about the moment.
Kicked him in his head with his white
and then
socks.
It was like, "This is my brutality," or whatever the fuck his name is.
Well, and then the camera pans around and CM Punk like realizes, and this is great acting too, because it's like he wasn't thinking about this happening. He was just beating the shit out of Damian Priest beating the shit out of Drew, right? But then he realizes what's happening and gives a little smirk.
Like, oh.
And then have you seen the meme where they change it to like Jungle Boys music? Whoa. They change it to the something else too.
So yeah, Damian Priest defeats Drew McIntyre. 7 seconds. Title change as well. So the story continues. So the hot show is already off to very hot start. I'm getting messages. You're a fucking idiot. You should have went tonight. Why you go last night? I love this like armchair fucking bullshit that people pull. I'm like, all right, guess what? It's like betting. It's like, we'll see how the show goes. And we did. Didn't we? It was very subjective, though, how the show went. But
well, first and last, that's all you got to do.
Next matchup was the Pride defeating the Final Testament in a 6-man tag team Philadelphia Street fight with special referee Bubba Ray Dudley. Dudley showing up one day too late.
AKA Alex Jones.
This kind of fucking pissed me off, the fact that he was in this and not in the like
They can't go like that.
Everybody
was calling him Alex Jones.
It got a low rating on this, actually, 5.4, but I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it needed to be,
Yeah.
Give those guys something to do. Bubba Ray comes out. Everybody said on Twitter, everybody was making Alex Jones jokes, which I love.
Yeah. Well, what was the finish? He put on the he put on the glasses
because he pushed him and he put on somebody pushed him.
And then he did the "What's up?"
and he helped him with the "What's up."
But yeah, that was it for that. LA Knight defeats AJ Styles. That was kind of just like a Raw match.
Top rope German though. Top rope backflip German.
Really?
Yeah.
From who?
LA gave it to AJ, but AJ's the star because he fucking backflipped himself, out of it from the top rope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like release German superplex. AJ does a backflip.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Big AJ.
And LA gets
new
the
theme.
What?
What'd you think? So AJ Styles' new theme, he's hyping it up for weeks, and they were like, that AJ Styles is going to have a new theme at WrestleMania, new entrance theme.
Why?
Then he comes out. You didn't realize what happened? He comes out, and he comes running to the ring. So you can't even hear the whole thing. You only hear like 7 seconds of it.
I didn't even know that was something that was happening. Why does he need a new theme? His theme's fine the way it is.
He's a heel now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want no. You gotta put the hood on.
Hell yeah. They don't want none. They don't want none.
I think it was just like very even more rappy hip hop.
That's very funny though. I didn't even realize that he was.
It's like Georgia Bulldogs, Sniper Elite. Oh,
Flat Earth.
flat Earth. Logan Paul defeats Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
Didn't really care that much. I mean, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
So stupid. They had fucking I Show Speed there. Fucking streamer, that really annoying streamer. He was dressed as the Prime Bottle, and
Oh yeah,
Randy gave him an RKO.
Kicked him and RKO'd him.
And then today I saw that he's like, "Oh, you did such a good job." This is at work, whatever. But he's like, "Oh, you did such a good job with RKO. I got you this," and then he got him like what looked like the Batman tumbler.
Nice.
So, rich people getting richer. So yeah, just for the record.
Well, Logan Paul's awesome.
Yeah, he was fine by me. One, so that I wasn't really feeling. I thought the street fight was okay. LA Knight, AJ, that was whatever. I thought the the triple threat match. Oh, by the way, what do you think the fact that Triple H and then Steph came out on separate nights, and you didn't really care about that? I thought it was interesting.
I think.
So what? Steph wasn't announced. Steph was rumored to be back. Was that?
Triple H at the press conference said, shout out to my wife who is super hot and had the courage to come back and go out there tonight and open up the show. And I was so happy to have her here this weekend. And I think that it's time that she realizes that this is her home and this is where she belongs.
Okay.
So they did it, dude.
So everyone's saying that these last two matches were icing on the cake. Bailey defeats Io Sky.
They tricked and coerced and enabled Vince McMahon.
Oh, where was Snoop on commentary? I'm sorry,
ground.
Brian just mentioned Snoop on commentary. That shit
Snoop was on
fuck.
commentary for the street fight, the 6-man.
That shit was so fucking funny. That's why that match was good, because of Snoop.
Yeah. He was like,
he was saying,
shit!
Yeah, but he was the references were really funny what he was saying. Like you got to go back and just like they really made chicken salad out of chicken shit with that. He said something about like, "Oh, I thought it was 4th and 10 with a something like some like football reference or some shit." Like about like hitting the O line on some like fourth down or some shit. What'd you think of the women's match? What'd you think of the women's match with Bailey and Io? Had some cool spots in it.
Yeah, Bailey's awesome. Bailey deserves the dub. Bailey gets the dub. Makes sense. You were my fake friend. I trusted you. And you were talking Japanese behind my back.
Well, yeah, the story isn't quite there.
No, but
Speaking
you know what? It's all about the new era. It's all about the new era, yo. And Bailey, why not? Let's go.
And in the main event, Cody Rhodes defeats Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
33 minutes, 25 seconds. Dude, in a Bloodline Rules match.
New entrances for both guys. Keep it fresh. So the night one, they had like their normal kind of like entrances but hyped up. But this time Cody Rhodes came out with a mask. And Brandy Rhodes came out. Shout out, Brandy. What is this? Open mic night?
You see that?
Brightness down. Brightness down. Yeah, I can tell it's somewhat Tony Khan. Yo, so they had new entrances. Brandy Rhodes was out. There he is. There he is.
Shout out to John for that one.
Finally, Brandy Rhodes making the appearance.
Oh, yeah, finally. I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, open mic night.
Open mic night. He's got the mask. He's got a new jacket. He's got better tights.
Yeah, you're like Hell Divers.
He kind of had a
entrance.
Hell Divers type of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
What was the mask from?
It was from Hell Divers.
The mask looks stupid.
It was the skull. It was a living embodiment of his logo.
His giant.
Yeah, you could
fucking mask.
Yeah, it was like for America. Dun, 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 dun. He had like a whole fucking beginning thing. Yeah, of like the flag and like over the hellscape. He did like the whole Hell Divers.
When's he gonna come out on a horse?
Deployment in 5, 4. And then he shows up with his wife, little smooches, and then he's in it. Great entrance.
She
great
just
time.
went to the back right after that, right? That was it.
Oh, yeah. She looked good, though.
I said that to Fal. I was like, oh, he cured racism.
Yeah, you don't understand. He solved racism. And then Roman Reigns came out to the fucking full Philadelphia Symphony harmonic fucking shit.
Oh, wasn't the first night? What was the night where they did the Seth theme though? Like the was that night one?
Maybe.
Where they had like a cappella and people singing it, or am I thinking of a different WrestleMania?
I don't know.
What do you think of the match though?
Well, Roman
match was good. The first 20 minutes was really good. I thought the first 20 minutes was really good.
I thought the whole thing was incredible. I love the whole thing. And
okay, so the first 20 minutes was a wrestling match.
Cody pulled out the table. Roman put it right back. Loved it.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
So good. Yeah,
and then became the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you think of the last 15 minutes?
I needed in my life Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right, so I'm on the couch, 20 minutes in. I'm like, this is a good match, but I was like, I think the run-ins are going to start soon. And with 10 seconds later, 10 seconds later, Jimmy Uso runs it, right? And then Jey Uso comes out.
Looked like they killed themselves on that spear.
He was like,
looked like they murdered each other. Like, yo.
Yeah, well, it looked like he went, and then Jey was straight up in the air.
It did not look like a solid landing for the spearer.
Yeah.
He DDT'd himself,
self DDT.
Yeah, but not only feet down, but feet far. It was they went far. Yeah, that didn't look that. I was like, oh my god. Made it look good.
Next up, Solo. Solo comes out.
Spikes him.
He poked him, and then he kicks out. Cody.
Go ahead.
He kicks out of the fucking Samoan spike. Solo. I thought Solo was gonna get speared here, but he did not. He speared him, and I think he kicked out of that.
I forget what happened. Solo was finish him.
Or maybe he spiked him, then picked him up, and then speared him, and then they
and then
kicked out of that.
Solo was saying,
and he's like, you need to kill this guy. And then I guess Cena's music hits.
Yeah, amazing.
Cena comes running out, immediately throws his hanky into the crowd.
Yeah, no bullshit. Holding the bald spot though all weekend.
Yeah, it's like me. Running down. I guess they do their thing for a little bit. And now Cena's just like, and then The Rock comes down. Is that right? In that order? Am I right so far? Rock comes down.
Oh, yeah.
Cena tries to go for a punch. Rock bottom.
Well, it wasn't that quick. I mean, they stared at each
other.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah, best part.
Forever.
Yeah, the best part. Yes. They do another WrestleMania 17.
Amazing. Incredible. And it's so funny because they ripped that off of the time they ripped that off the first time.
Yeah, so they're ripping off of the last time they ripped it off from the last time The Rock did it
with the Hogan. So The
it's
Rock
Hogan,
did it with Hogan.
Rock Cena.
And then Rock Cena ripped it off. And then Rock Cena ripped off the rip-off of that original moment.
Yeah. Sheets
and sheets of data. And, not to mention all the other times that it's been ripped off.
Which was also on that show as well.
Well, and how many times they did it, a million times on night one, too.
Yeah, they really it's really shows how dumb the modern wrestling fan is, because it's you can just kill this shit. You could beat this shit into the fucking ground and people will still be into it. They're like, oh, it's amazing. It's so fucking good. No offense to anyone in chat or fucking, you can like what you want. Anyone watching this.
Whoa. How many different woes do we need? You got the Seth Rollins, you got the Sami Zayn, got the Nakamura.
I'm a part of the show.
The guy.
I'm the main event.
Triple
All
H
right, so
said that I'm the most important part of it.
rock bottom on Cena. And what does Rock say?
Get the fuck out of my ring.
He said, get the fuck out of my ring. Something shit bag, something the fuck.
Yo,
like,
I was laughing
he just
so
dump
hard.
buttoned him. I was fucking dying, dude. This shit was so funny. He is so funny.
Yeah, he's awesome. And Brian Last said on the experience that he's at this point he's cursing like Shane Douglas in ECW, which I thought was a very funny thing to say because Shane Douglas did curse a lot in ECW. It's very funny. Well, and then fast forward, he did it on Monday too. Monday was fucking.
Oh,
incredible.
Monday was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
dude.
it was awesome.
We'll get to
right?
that.
Yeah.
So then what does he do? Then he takes out the belt and does he start whipping Cody?
Well, I guess he's about to.
He's about to, and then Undertaker dong happens.
Yeah, dong.
So the lights go out, and then the
He
lights
scurries
come up.
from under the ring.
Yeah, he scurries in because you could see like the videos, and then my girl starts screaming like, "I'm like, this is scary." It was really
scary.
funny. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's just like the lights came on, and he was there, and now he's like right behind him, but he doesn't see." And I'm like,
"Oh, so she was having it. It was having the desired effect on her."
It was so funny.
She had a great
I love
time.
that she was like getting really into it, bro.
That's amazing.
But then she tries to act like she's not into it. Like next night on Raw, she's like, "I'm gonna shut this shit off." You know, I want to shut this shit off. You're not watching this shit. Well, yeah, because The Rock said he's leaving.
The Rock's got to go away now for a little bit.
Fade out to the fucking sunset. That shit was so funny.
Yeah, there's a picture when Cody picks up the apron and goes for one of the kendo sticks. You could actually see the Undertaker quickly take his hand away.
Get the fuck out of here!
I
No
swear
way.
to God. Yep. Look it up.
Oh wow.
You know how like there were like 4 or 5 kendo sticks like lined up underneath the ring that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if there's the shot of Cody picking those up, you could see somebody quickly take their hand away, and it's the Undertaker. He was under the ring the whole time. Guy's like 80
Well, he was
years
on the
old.
ring how long though? He wasn't there the
Since
whole
the beginning.
show.
Since the beginning.
Oh,
of the match.
they bring him in when they're like fucking around with shit.
Beginning of the match.
That's how they do it. They bring him in like during a match, like before or something like that. Anyway,
So the Undertaker choke slams The Rock.
first of all, that was a good exchange because it was just like he turned around and then he's just like, and he tries to go for it, and it was just bamboozled, and then like choke slam. It was great. It was well done.
Everybody got their meme because the Undertaker got to do his AJ Styles meme where he shows up behind you. You know,
He did that.
He
Then he
oh
did
wait,
that.
at some point we missed Seth Rollins because
Hoodie Taker, bro. Hoodie Taker showed up. That's why I started yelling. Sorry. Oh, we missed that part. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Rollins
this is
came
why
out
it
at
goes
some
off
point.
the rails here. This is why it goes off the rails. So before Taker, I'm sorry, we just jumped right to Taker. Fucking the Shield team hits, and I'm just like, I thought it was Moxley.
Really?
Did you think? I thought it was like, who's it gonna be?
It's gonna be Rollins dressed as the Shield guy
I don't. What is going on?
because
here?
he said to Cody that he would be his Shield, dude. It's long-term storytelling.
Oh my god! Oh my god! And he came out and got one shot.
Yeah, he got one shot killed.
You're like, you texted me. You're like, he went through all this just to get murdered.
Yeah, murdered immediately as soon as he gets
Hits
to
the ring
he's
and it's just like-
crushed.
Whack!
Yeah. He dyed his
You
hair.
couldn't even tell what was going on, and
He
then
put on all
they're
the
like,
gear.
Roman's gonna be like,
Yeah. Yo. that
yeah.
was
Oh my
awesome.
god! It's just like, and then he
Finally,
did
the
this with
revenge.
this, and now all the memes are like, this and that.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
the
yeah,
best.
we get it.
It's
amazing.
awesome. It's
Yeah,
the best.
Fucking, whatever.
They really care. They really
yeah.
fucking care about
Yeah,
what
they
they're
really
doing.
care. Right.
It's a bunch of jocks who watched Game of Thrones and now really, really care about what they're doing, and I'm here for it. Ah! Wait a
Like when
second.
Roman.
Wait a second. Why is my name on this list? Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Taker came out. Then Taker disappeared. Then what the fuck happened? Was that it? Did he went back into their sequence?
Yeah, then I guess like they woke up and like
No Austin. I guess it would have been appropriate for Austin to come out.
See,
For
I
Rock-
thought like after it's like okay, that's how it ends, and then very shortly after that, Cody got the 3 fucking thingamabobbers,
The 3 heroes welcome.
yeah, in a row, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. It was awesome.
That was it.
It was great. And then when
everyone
all the
was
baby
happy.
faces came out, they were all like hanging out. I thought,
And they're like, oh, that's like long-term storytelling too. That's like WrestleMania 10
yeah,
when Bret Hart defeated Owen, and then he came out and then defeated Yokozuna, and it's long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
And John Cena kept going like this. John Cena kept doing this, and Randy Orton had a hoodie on, and him and John Cena were talking. And then then CM Punk came out, and then they did it indie style, like you said. They took the mic, and I want Bruce Pritchard to come out, and that was a really bad decision.
And then CM Punk's face was like,
CM Punk made a fucking face on the side. He was just like, Punk always is like at the right place at the right time, bro. Seriously, you remember
he was
when
standing like off camera, and
it was on the stage?
They cut it to a weird side angle where they were going to now show the entranceway, and Punk's like,
he's like,
Bruce Pritchard,
who might be like in bed with fucking Vince and this shit too.
Yeah.
Like,
who,
and they're gonna look back
Ronda
and
Rousey called Bruce Vince's avatar.
Yep. And then who else?
You had L.A. Knight got to come out there.
Triple H. Yeah, all the baby
And then he
faces
called
came
Triple
out.
H out, yeah, and they hugged
And
they cried.
that's when I was explaining to Fal about. Well, okay, so here's the deal. So when AEW was created by Cody and the Bucks and them, and then at the first pay-per-view, okay, so Triple H has his like gimmick where he's a cerebral assassin and he's the king of kings and he's gonna sit on this throne. So his thing is like sitting on a throne.
Many WrestleManias.
So many WrestleManias, and that happened there. So when Cody left because he was put down by this company, he then went and destroyed the throne with the sledgehammer, which is also a relic and an item a weapon
Legacy
that
item.
is used often by Triple H, and he used it to destroy the throne, and it was this big thing. But then he left, and they came back here to be bigger, to put that aside, to make business, to make money, to just to have this good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, to have all this good
Put
to make
aside
good
the throne
loot. To make what was
smashing.
Botchamania? It was like a great loot. Make good lucha.
Make good lucha stuff.
Make good lucha stuff.
Good lucha things.
So then now this is a big deal because him and they're together and they're like
it's
now
incredible.
they're
I loved every goddamn second.
and then they went around the ring and they're like, all right, everybody get out of the ring. They told everyone to get out of the ring. Hunter was like, everybody get out of the ring and let them have the ring. Or let him have the ring. And then he
gave a go home speech. And then he ended it with, sorry, I'm getting cues.
They kind of ended it short, didn't they? They didn't let him go back up to the top of the stage.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it's fine. But did you see what I did there with the Sting thing? Imagine,
Yeah, it was like a big moment, and it was
imagine,
like, I'm getting cues,
imagine
brother.
that.
And it was like,
I'm sorry, I'm getting cues. Just
Yeah.
fade to black.
so what would you thought this show was really good?
10 out of 10. It's awesome. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling great. You know, it's
Feeling great. I love storytelling.
Yeah, they're doing good stuff. They're doing good stuff. It's like and to get back to sports, it's like I've been rooting for a team that I was just like born into, and they always suck. You know, sometimes it's great. We had some good years in the 90s. And like for the last, ever since like 2002, we've been a bad baseball team, Joe. You know? And now all of a sudden, dude, we got a new owner. We got a new manager. We got some new players. We got some old players. And we're playing good games and we're doing good work. And yeah. It's like I feel like very excited as if the Mets got good. That's how I feel about WWE right now. And they proved it on Monday. Dude, Monday there was a 45-minute segment between The Rock and Cody to start the show, which
It was good.
I thoroughly
I had some gripes
enjoyed
with
watching.
it though.
What?
I had some gripes with that segment though.
All right, talk to me about it.
All right, so Cody comes out, right? I don't remember exactly what happened. I think his promo was good, right, to start. I'm not exactly sure what he was talking about.
Yeah, he's saying all
He
the
was
right
talking.
things.
He put over Roman.
Right.
He's the most important wrestler ever, or some shit, or in the history of this, whatever. And then, fuck, what else did he say? And then it kind of just ended up with Rock coming out.
Yeah, Rock came out
with the Brahma Bull belt.
The title that he made himself and cultivated this whole lie that Muhammad Ali gave it to him. And he's like made up this whole secret, crazy story about how like Muhammad Ali on his deathbed like gave The Rock the moniker the People's Champion. And like I guess The Rock paid Muhammad Ali's like surviving relative to like present him this belt that he now walks around with.
I gotta watch this. I gotta go back and watch that because I'm gonna need Rock content to hold me over till SummerSlam.
I mean, that's pretty much the story.
Story. It's all about the story now.
Yeah, Rock's got to finish the story.
And so Rock comes out and they don't say anything to each other at first. And then it kind of just turns into a battle of Rock versus the audience.
Oh
like
my God.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck you, Rocky. Like just they kept censoring the crowd.
He puts the mic up to his mouth, they start booing him.
They booed the fuck out of him. They booed the fuck out of him.
Yeah, they
were cursing at him. He started cursing at them.
Yeah,
really
he had a whole
funny.
bleeped sentence. I don't even know what it was. But he basically told them to shut the fuck up.
When they hit the button, they just like keep their fucking hand. It's like a big red button.
He said some very long and offensive thing to them.
Is he cursing because like, oh, I'm a boss and I can just do it?
I think it's all part of the plan, you know. I think it's him and his people, and I think everybody agrees. I think it's fine.
So the gripe was, okay, so then
they let F-bombs slip on football all the time. You know, like live football, you'll hear a guy drop an F-bomb and here and there, you know. Or even like they'll show their lips in slow motion, like, oh, we'll be right back after this. The coach not happy with the call. Fuck you. Fuck you fucking blind. You know, it's like, oh, if you're reading lips at home, you know, coach isn't happy about this.
That's
it's
my favorite thing.
You know, come on. You know.
So what did they are now like, and then they start planting seeds for maybe like possibly SummerSlam. He's like The Rock.
He goes,
Oh, he said an awesome fucking line. What was the line about their story or whatever? Do you remember the line?
Nope.
He was like, you might have finished your story, but our story is only beginning or some shit like that. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Well, and then he goes, hey, and he said it's so funny the way he said it. He
was like certain things. Yeah, I like certain things.
He was talking so evilly. He was talking very, you did a good job. Yes, you did.
The Rock liked what you did.
The Rock.
And it's good for wrestling.
And he goes,
This shit is so silly.
He was talking, he's like, hey, The Rock's got to go away for a while now.
Before The Rock rides off into the sunset.
And he goes, and they're all saying, and they go, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Like instantly. Like everybody in the fucking arena. So
yeah,
dope.
good Philly crowd.
Yeah,
that was a good
Philly
crowd
on Monday. Yeah, amazing.
Now they're in a small building, so now it's like,
yeah, you can
the gloves come off.
So
it's like
sick.
a Flyers game.
And then he goes, hey, can I touch that title of yours?
Yeah, this is the part I hated.
Well, Joe, you don't understand. You don't know the internet. Did you know that like 10 years ago, 11.5 years ago to the day, Cody Rhodes came into the ring and interrupted The Rock back in 2012?
Yeah, I saw that the next
said,
day.
Hey, Rock, that's a nice title. Can I touch it? And then Cody Rhodes and
is
The
that
Rock
what that was?
touched each other's titles. They crossed the streams, Joe, back 11 and a half years ago to the day. And now the roles are reversed. And The Rock's got to go away for a while, just like Cody had to go away for a while.
Yeah, I just don't like him handing over the belt
It's
like that.
Long-term storytelling.
Yeah, I'm like, do we have to know all the history? The history doesn't even like really like flesh it out that much better. You know what I mean? Like either taking it at face or knowing the past. It wasn't that well established to, you know.
Well, but Joe, for me, I watched it in real time. I don't know the history or give a shit. I wasn't watching when Cody Rhodes was, pussyfooting about in the WWE and The Rock was Hollywood Rock with a goatee.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I was watching it and I was like, oh, this is weird and interesting that they want to cross the streams and sword fight right now and touch each other's titles. But it was creepy and weird and ominous. So I was like, oh, that's cool. This is cool. I'm into this. And the crowd
he's
made
like,
it.
oh, this looks good. This looks good.
Yeah, mine looks good
looks
too.
good.
It was like a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, and then Cody said something.
And he's like, and don't forget, you might be the boss, but I'm the champion.
I'm like, he's like, you might be my boss, but I'm the champion.
You're a champion.
And he's like, you are the champion.
Yes.
Some shit. I don't know what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
The
It
champion.
was weird, but it was awesome. And I loved
So
it.
what are they gonna do? He's gonna go away now. He's gonna ride up to the sun. He's gonna
come back with hair. He's going to come back with a full head of Cody Rhodes hair.
No.
Yeah.
You almost said, without my beard, I look like the black-haired Cody Rhodes. Like that's like not like I look like Cody. It's just like when Cody has black hair. That's what I look like. It's kind of like the.
Joe must have been drinking. You look like David Lynch.
No, I don't look like him. It's like when you see him and it's like, oh, this is weird.
You guys have the same hair.
It's not like I look like him. It's like when you. All right, I'm just gonna keep saying it again until you get it. So like, when you look at him,
you guys have the same hair.
And it's weird. He looks different because it's not blonde. That's me when I shave my beard. I look weird because I don't have a beard. Is like when Cody has the black hair and not the blonde.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, thank God.
Adrenaline in my soul. All right, so that's it. WWE, bright future ahead of them. As long as nothing comes out about Triple H.
Very bright future WWE, up and coming company.
A very up and coming company. And it's only a matter of time before Cody Rhodes gets to the. I'll tell you this: whenever The Rock comes back, by then everyone's gonna be sick of Cody and his shenanigans. They're gonna be booing him. And think about this too, Joe. John Cena never turned heel, ever, right?
I think they've that ship has sailed.
No, John Cena will never turn heel. But think about John Cena at the height of his popularity, and when the fans started saying Cena sucks, some of the smart people were like, oh, maybe you should turn heel. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I just think it's only a matter of time before Cody Rhodes becomes the new John Cena and people start booing him. For fun, if nothing else.
Well, they were already booing him on Saturday.
Yeah, but on Sunday he ended racism.
Yeah. They only boot. When he's up against The Rock, he's gonna get booed.
That's what I'm saying. By the time The Rock comes back, he's gonna be getting booed for fun.
And then they're gonna ultra boo him.
Ultra boo. But the thing is that that John Cena never turned heel. I feel like Cody will. I feel like if Cody starts getting booed in a funny way like John did.
No, of course he has to, because
and then you will see black hair Cody.
Well, that's fine, because we know Cody can do that. We know he'd be a great heel. He was a great heel back when he was doing Dash and Cody Rhodes and all
Bags
that
on the head. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing. So I don't think he's gonna say no to that. That's gonna happen. It's just like a matter of when it's gonna happen. It might happen by. You know what they should do? Just go through the summer, get The Rock back for SummerSlam, and maybe they'll start booing him. And just if they need to, and it's not working out, just fucking turn him then, because he might be automatically a heel with The Rock.
I'm talking about like 15 years down the road.
He's gonna be a heel like by the end of this year. Or next
No
year, dude.
way, dude. No way. He's
Gonna
printing
get booed
money
with The Rock.
He's gonna run for president. He'll get booed with The Rock, but he'll be getting booed, and then everyone he won't turn off that. He won't turn off that. But anyway, I was just saying that, like, I wonder if, like, I don't think he'll turn heel anytime soon. I just think that it's in his brain to, like, do sick stuff, and if one day down the road, I don't know what I'm saying. Shout out Cody Rhodes. He's making me believe.
I think he'll be heel a lot sooner than you might think because
No
he's
way.
also been babyface for the whole time he's also been here.
No way. He's going to be babyface for the rest of his life. He's Dusty's kid. But I don't know. I was just pontificating. Ready? All right. Show's over.
You can find me on Twitch probably tomorrow playing Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, check out Jedi Joe's eBay accounts for maybe some new Fallout content dropping.
Yeah. But you can find me playing New Vegas maybe tomorrow. So come by. And then we'll be back next week with more wrestling. Guys who like wrestling. Remember? Do you know that when they interviewed that some English girl and they're like, "What do you hate? What do you hate most about guys?"
Guys like wrestling?
Guys who like wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a shorter show next week. All our shows average an hour and a half to 3 hours now. So
yeah, 227. Looking good, feeling good. All right, yeah. Tune into Jedi Joe's Twitch. Keep it right here. I think I'm going to go eat a slice of pizza or two. And
do
sit
Drunk
down
GM.
and play some Drunk GM right here on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we'll
maybe
be
like 15, 20 minutes. All right.
We'll
Well,
be
thanks
there.
for watching. Jedi Joe, thank you so much once again for opening up your home to me and letting me sleep on your beautiful
$1,000 mattress.
$1,000 mattress.
It was.
Yeah, well, hey, it was
is.
very comfortable, and I appreciate you. We've been two white guys with a podcast. And
You're an interesting dude.
yeah, hey, next week I hope that we can just keep being that. And until next time, out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.